Okay. I'm here. I believe. I think I'm here. No promises. But, bro, spill the tea. That's hilarious. That has two meanings. Aw, shit. I haven't seen you in a while. How you been, man? Uh-oh, the situationship is back. Hopefully in a better way, though. Hopefully it's, you know, more manageable this time. That's the idea, anyway. That's great. Because it's never going to be, like, free, right? If, you know, it's never going to be like, oh, this has no problems, or it's whatever, you know, peaches and cream, sunshine. But at least if it's manageable, then that's good. I'm happy to hear that. I missed last week. I don't know if maybe you guys missed me. I don't know. I was just busy. Had a lot going on. Tried to take care of some stuff, personal time, and didn't end up streaming last week. So, good to be back. Good to be here. Right. That's important. Because knowing that is what gives you the power not to do it. It sounds crazy, but like just knowing who you are as a person is the first step to not letting that person define you or destroy your life. Like earlier, I went to get some pizza. Because I needed to eat before I stream. I think it's just better. I can stream for longer because I have the energy. I think it makes sense to eat before. So that's why I'm also a little bit later than I was previously, but we'll see how that works out. But anyway, oh, nice! More pizza, boys? Let's go. Can't beat a good pizza. It's actually my favorite food of all time, and it comes in so many shapes, varieties, sizes, toppings. We're not even going to go there. I could talk about pizza for a very long time, dude. I fucking love pizza. But, I was getting ready to go, right? And I called, gonna make an order, and I was, alright, cool, what am I gonna get? Well, I'm probably gonna get one large with the stuffed crust, all the toppings. Maybe I'll get another one. I'll get some extra cheese bread, too, and some extra breadsticks. And I might try and see if they have a special. And I was already gonna be at, like, $45 and just this massive amount of food. And that's easy street. There were times back when I was in Oklahoma, I bought 4 large pizzas. Just like 4 large specialty pizzas for myself. Just crazy. I was eating pizza for days, dude, because I just have such a fucking fat brain. It's like, dude, I need all of it. I want everything. I want a flavor of this. I want to try some of that. I want some of that. I need more. I almost stopped and got a burger on the way home. I had pizza in my car and almost stopped to get a burger. No joke. I was like, man, I really want a good burger, though. I want to eat some more. Dude, the other night, I went hard, though. I was drinking a little bit, so that matters. But I went hard, dude. I ate, like, I think $35 worth of Taco Bell in one sitting. I just couldn't stop buying, dude. I'm like, let me get some of these and some of those and two of those. I'm just too fucking fat, dude. Not, like, physically, but mentally. I would be if I didn't have any control or any exercise either. But, anyway, short story long. Knowing that I have this insatiable urge to just eat everything. Like, I just need more, dude. When we go to Denny's oftentimes when we hang out, and I'll get 2 full meals and just eat them both. Now, granted, some of that is when I exercise. Like, when you lift weights, you do need more calories. Like, to maintain a bigger body, you need more calories. So some of that does come, like, when I'm working out more often, I get more hungry. But in general, I just am that kind of person. So I had to stop and say, look, you don't need that. You need food for tonight. Get a pizza. Have half now, half later. That's 2 meals. You'll be good. Because I can eat like a whole large pizza in one sitting. If I'm not careful, I will eat a whole large pizza in one go. So basically, I stopped myself from getting all the extras, and I only got 1 large. And the good news is, tomorrow, if there's no leftovers, I can get something else. Right? I can go to the store and make some pasta. I can do something else tomorrow and make something new, which is exciting. If I would have gotten extra, I would have had to eat it for the next, let's say, day and a half. But anyway, I had to fight a battle with myself the whole drive home. I almost stopped and got chicken. I wanted some crispy chicken sandwich. It was bad. And I mean, literally, the whole time I'm like, dude, just go home. Go home. Just keep driving. There's pizza right here. You're going to be fine. Because my mind tries to tell me all kinds of wild shit. Literally, it wakes up with wild shit. What if you're going to be hungry? What if you don't have enough food? What about that? And it tries to pretend that your survival's on the line. That's how it gets you. Because your mind controls everything you do. And sometimes it tries to get your emotions involved too. It's pretty fucking slick, this little noggin we got up here. It'll try and get your emotions involved. It'll get everything involved. Whatever it can to control you. It had me thinking I wasn't going to have enough food for tonight. That an entire large pizza, I don't know how many thousands of calories, was not going to be enough to go sit in a chair and talk to people. And then when I'm done streaming, I'll probably just hang out, play video games, whatever. So, like, I'm not exercising. I don't need those calories. My mind, though, it's pretty smart. It said, I know how to get him. I'll make him think his life's on the line. And that's probably what's going to happen to you at some point. You're going to be nervous about something, anxious about something, like, oh, shit, I need to worry about this. What about this? What about that? What about that? And your mind's going to tell you all this shit. That's like a big deal. It's a big problem. It's not a big problem. Not at all. It's just your mind trying to convince you that you're fucking dying so it can get you to do the action that it wants you to do. It's just manipulation, basically. Your mind is a master manipulator. It knows exactly how to take advantage of you. It's been doing it since you were born. Never trust your mind. Not always. Sometimes you can. That's more of a joke. Don't take that literally. But... yeah, dude, don't trust that guy. That motherfucker's a liar. Dude, the amount of shit your brain will lie to you about, those people hate me. It's not going to work out. If I do that, I'll be a loser. Like, if I do this, it's not going to go good for me. Everything's going to go bad for me. I have to stay here. The only way to be safe is to not do. The amount of shit that fucking brain will lie to you about, crazy, dude. So you got to be careful. But that's part of training your brain, because your brain will tell you the truth. If you train it correctly, it'll tell you things like, you can do that. That's not that bad. Just keep moving. It gets better. Like, there's all these good things that it can tell you. Let's see. Put one hand on the chest, one on the stomach. That's it. No matter what happens, dude, you're good. Your brain's going to tell you you're not. Physically, like you said, you have these physical reactions, and it's like, no, I'm fucking dying. It's like, no, your brain's just trying to convince you you're dying because it will do anything to make sure it wins. It's like a fight, basically. You're in competition with your brain, basically. And that sucks. You don't want that to happen. It should work for you. But for most people, it doesn't. And which is why that comes with years and years of training. It's not something you're going to do overnight. But step one is almost always understand the truth. Oh, anxious attachment, that's exactly my style, dude. I don't know if mine's as bad. I had time to work on it. Some, yours might be a little bit more severe, but that's exactly my style. Someone goes to work and like we're talking and we've been talking for a few weeks or whatever. They go to work and just don't respond for 2 hours. That's it. She fucking hates me, dude. I'm a loser. She doesn't want to be with me. She's probably off with another guy right now. Just the craziest shit. Craziest. I mean, we literally text in the morning. Hey, good morning. How you been? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm going to work. I'll probably text you on Breaker if I have time. Doesn't text. Your life is over. You might as well go just shoot yourself in the head because everyone hates you and she doesn't want to be with you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I have to ask myself sometimes, like, yo. Mine started very early on. It was a childhood thing. My parents didn't love me. Well, I had one. I didn't have two. But my mom, she'll never say this, and it's not exactly how it happened, but it's how it feels. She didn't love me unless I did certain things. If I got good grades in a test, then, oh, hey, I notice you. You're alive. Anything else? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like, it was basically, shut the fuck up. I'm busy. I don't have time for you. Do these things. And a lot of just, push away. And then there's always that feeling she's never coming back, right? If I don't do something, she's never coming back. She's never going to love me. There's always that insecurity, basically, that you're never going to get the love you need. And then, of course, that leads to low self-esteem because you're not worth the love. If you were worth the love, people would love you. That's a pretty common understanding, right? If I was worth love, I would get it. So clearly I'm not. That's why I don't have it. Makes fucking sense to me. And then, of course, you develop a thought pattern on that, which builds this, all this other shit, and then start to feel like you need to hold on to love. Yeah, basically. And that's what it is. And that's how we feel in relationships, too. It's like, well, they're not going to love me. Why would they love me? Because I didn't do this thing. And that's how you become like a simp. A lot of simps are pretty, oh, well, I'll just do this. I'll buy her gifts, or I'll buy him gifts, or I'll clean his house for him. I'll just do this for him. I'll make myself uncomfortable for them. You just do all these things, and then, oh, look, they don't fucking love you still. And it's like, no, please. You can't work for that shit. And if you're working for it, then you're doing something wrong. If it's this action I take is going to make them love me, done. You already lost. That equation is never going to make sense, ever, because there's no such thing. I don't do anything. Like, to be loved, like, for example, my friends, like, my best friends in the whole fucking world, I don't do anything. They just like who I am. Same thing for them. They don't do anything special. Now, we spend time together. We hang out. There is things that people do, like whatever it's my sense of humor or my whatever, my hobbies. There's things we do with each other that make us, love each other in some ways. But it's not something you do on purpose. You don't think actively, okay, I'm going to tell this joke and they're going to love me. And if I don't tell the joke or they don't laugh, it means they don't love me. That's the problem. You just tell a joke because you like jokes. Being yourself. I know that sounds stupid, but that's literally what this is, being yourself. So, not to say don't do sweet things or don't be there to support your partner. There's always going to be things like that, sure. But there's just a balance, and you got to find out what your brain is trying to tell you and how it's trying to control you and work against that in some ways to make sure you don't get taken advantage of. Because that's how most people get taken advantage of. They just don't know any better. They just want love. We all want some fucking love, dude. Especially in today's society, dude. Oh my god. I don't have the numbers, but I can only imagine how rampant, like, abuse is, like internet abuse, like taking advantage, like, I don't know, OnlyFans girls, manipulating simps and shit like that, you know what I mean? Texting people constantly to get something from them or whatever. Like, if you're smart enough, you can go take advantage of thousands of people. I mean, shit, there already is kind of an epidemic. I've heard some studies about some of these guys. They're, like, spending their life English. Their life savings on some of these OnlyFans girls, and they lie to them. Not lie to them, but they're like, oh my god, you're my favorite Big Dick 69 420 or whatever. And then they learn their real name. That's even stronger. You can learn their real name. Oh my god, I love you so much, Alex. You're so nice to me, and I can't wait to turn on the stream for you. There's 1,000 other people in there. I don't know how OnlyFans works. It's a stream, right? But they just tell them these things, and it's like, boom, that guy is so desperate for love because he's not getting it from home, from work, from his job, nothing. Like, there's no fulfillment in his life at all. Love bombing, huh? That's what it's called? Love bombing? That makes sense, though. And I'm not mad at them. I know that sounds weird. This is one thing I always people like misunderstand me for. I don't support that and think it's a good thing, right? I don't say, hey, go do that. That's a good thing to do. But why wouldn't you do that? Like, why the... you know what I mean? Why the fuck would you not? If there's money on the table, go take advantage of it. I mean, it makes perfect sense. That's everyone else's responsibility to not fall into that trap, you know, and if you do find yourself in that trap, to try and claw your way out by some means. But I just don't get mad at people for doing things that make sense. That's like the weirdest thing that I get, you know, I guess flack for. Like a serial killer, you know, well, it makes sense why they would kill all those people. What the fuck is wrong with you? You support serial killers? No, I don't support serial killers, but it makes fucking sense given how they were raised or what they did or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, what's the statistics on a... It's like 80%. Oh, this is Japan, I believe. I think it's... I don't know exactly because Japan's not huge, but it's a pretty big place. Like, this could be Osaka, Tokyo, something. Do I have it on here? Downtown Tokyo. There you go. I always hate big cities like that. I look at them, and look at how beautiful that city is, right? It looks like, wow. It's just the lights and it's so immersive, right? You think there's going to be so much there. Cities are fucking empty, dude. There's nothing there. Like, I bet you if you go to all these buildings, all these buildings up here, there's nothing there for you. It's all banks, business buildings, maybe some of them are hotels. There's corporation buildings. There's nothing in there for you as a person. There's no fun. There's no excitement. There's no exploration to be done. You can't go explore the buildings. You can't go into the roof. And it's such a weird thing. How gorgeous and how big and beautiful it is. But what's waiting for you there? Nothing. It's empty. It's hollow. There's not much going on. Now, maybe there's some small places, you know, some restaurants here and there scattered about. Maybe there's some, like a park in the middle. Like New York City has a, what's the Central Park? You know, there's some things. I'm not saying it's totally empty, don't get me wrong. But I just mean to say that it's not, because I've been to so many cities and been so disappointed. Yeah, now some's cool. Here, I've been to D.C. Washington, D.C. is actually really cool. But it's not so much a city as it is like landmarks. You know, like there's a lot of stuff to do. You can go to the Smithsonian. That's like an actual interesting thing to do. You can go to the big Abraham Lincoln statue and look at the documents. You can go look at the wall for the memorabilia. So like that's cool, right? There's something to do for you. It's an activity. I've been to a couple. I've been to Atlanta. There was a couple things to do. Some restaurants. The aquarium is cool, but outside of like some certain things, a lot of it is big and empty. I've been to Charlotte. There's almost nothing to do there. That place is pretty fucking dead. Now, there's concerts and stuff. You know, there's like... I know if they're having events. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, if there's an event at a place, sure. I've been to Jacksonville. I don't remember much about it, though. Amsterdam. That sounds cool. I'd like to go to... I've never been out of the country, so I've only been to the United States. So I think it'd be cool to see some other cities and stuff. Where else? I've been to a few. I've been to Albany, New York. There's some cool stuff up there. There's like a battleship you can go to. I don't know if it's still there. It's been years. Yeah, Europe seems fun. I'm going to Italy, I think, next year. Next year, I think I'm going to Italy. At least I have plans to. Obviously, who knows how that turns out. I got to get, you know, the schedule, the funds, all those things together. You know, there's logistics. But it'd be fun to go, kind of get a hold of my old heritage and culture and stuff. Some of that stuff. Because I'm like third generation American, I think. So, it's basically, I'd like to go back and get some of that. Like, we don't even speak Italian anymore. That's pretty sad, but my grandparents, they didn't like it. They're like, no, we don't speak Italian around here. Because it was racist, too, and like, you didn't fit in. Like, people didn't like you if you weren't speaking English. So basically, he was like, yo, nah, we're American now. We speak English, we do this. Yeah, I imagine it's beautiful. I'm not very excited about doing nothing, if that makes sense. How do I say that? Like, not doing nothing, but like, I don't get my jollies off, like, looking at stuff. I like to do things. I'm very active oriented. Like I want to go interact with something. Now, watching things for the first time, like I do want to go see like the Colosseum, you know, Rome stuff. I'd like to see some of that, but even some of that is to me so like shallow. And I know I sound so ungrateful. I probably should be more happy to even go, but I want to go inside. I want to go see these things. I want to go like sit on the stands. I want to go see the cages on the bottom. Like I want to go in. You just get to go sit out front and take a picture like a tourist. It's like, that's a place I want to go. Venice? That's the one with all the boat rides and it's like half underwater. I sound like ignorant, but I don't care. I want to make sure it's the right one. It's easier to ask to not look stupid than to say something wrong. But I want to go there because I think that would be beautiful. I would ask if I could push the boat, though. I know they probably won't let you because you have to pay for one. But I would want to just go, like, push the boat and just go between the places and, like, see all that stuff. That'd be really exciting for me. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I mean in the city. Like, you know what it reminds me of? I think it's, like, based on... you ever played Final Fantasy 15? When you go to that one city? That's what I want to go try something like that. And then go to, like, the restaurants. You know, hop off the boat and eat at, like, a restaurant. It's like an island. You know, because there's a canal on every side. That'd be kind of sick, man. Like, some experience like that would be unique. So it's not always like I have to have this big activity. But sometimes it feels like shallow. Like, I would like to walk the Great Wall of China. Now, granted, you can't do that maybe in one day. But I would like to take, like, a fucking 10-mile hike or something. And just go as far as I can go. Like, really see it and do it, you know? Not just go take a picture somewhere and say, look, I did that. Back to the hotel room. Who wants to live like that? Like, I mean, most people do. Let's be honest. Most people want to live like that. There's boat trips to explore the city. See, that sounds a lot of fun, you know? Go somewhere, check some stuff out. I just don't do good with, like, schedules and scripted tours. Because I get too excited and sometimes I just want to go do whatever. Like, walk over here. What's this? Walk over here. Fucking Jack Skellington. What's this? What's this? Oh, the red light? Oh, mama, hold on. That's too scandalous for me. I don't know. I'm not ready. I'm just a boy. Oh, man. But, yeah, no, I do like to go see the world. I like meeting more people, though. You know, like Anthony Bourdain? I watched some videos on that guy. Because I don't know much about him. I didn't watch his TV shows on Food Network and stuff. But I watched some videos about who he was as a person. And I really appreciate what he did. I'd love to do something like that. Bro, that's funny. I bet that's a trip, though. Maybe it's worth, like, it's just worth experiencing, right? Life is always worth experiencing. I believe that, in some ways. Even if it's not fun, like, you don't want to do it. Like, let's say going to, a lot of people don't like NASCAR. It's weird. We're Americans. You think, like, everybody in America likes NASCAR and fireworks. A lot of people in America don't like NASCAR. I think it's worth going. Just to go. Feel the experience. Feel the rumble when all those cars come fucking flying by and drink beers in the sun with your friends and family and, like, just kind of enjoy the experience in some ways. Even if, yeah, you don't like the sport too much. It's like going to a baseball game. Baseball games are cool. I'm not a big fan of baseball. I don't love it. I grew up in New York, so, like, baseball was a thing up there, you know. But, I don't know. I just like being in the stadium. As an adult, I just want to go to the stadium, have some drinks, and talk to people, and, like, enjoy the atmosphere, even if I don't enjoy the game. So sometimes life is worth experiencing. Like, yeah, even if you're not going for these women, go hang out, go see, experience what it's like, you know, and be more diverse, I guess. But that's kind of my whole thing, though. My entire life is built around the fundamental, like, there's two philosophies I think I hold very dear that would probably describe me the most, are do everything and do your best. Yeah, dude, a Knicks game? That shit is cool. When the Knicks are good, too, like they won last year. When the Knicks are winning, dog, the fans go fucking crazy, bro. Like, yeah, the basketball game is exciting, you know? Like, I also watch basketball, too, so I watch it on TV and can enjoy that as well. But, yeah, man, even if you don't, let's say, like sports or whatever, look at that. Even when see, that's what I mean. Like, there's an atmosphere, dude. You can't put your finger on it. And I think that's kind of what, back to like the Anthony Bourdain thing, he goes and talks to these people who were just alive, You know, like these real people. And he goes and sees them and just... That's what I'm talking about. I could care less about like a tourist attraction, you know? Is it still cool? Like, would I like to go see... what is that? The Eiffel Tower? The Louvre? All de France? Like, yes, I'd like to go see those things. I think it would be very exciting. But that's not life. You know what I mean? That to me is not life. That is a part of culture. It's a part of these things. But I think I'd rather go to like a random French bar and see what the people do on the weekend. See how they act. Go to the park. Go sit at a park and see if they play, you know, sports, or what do they do in the park? They walk their dogs, or I don't know. See how they live and go spend time with people and see what the atmosphere is like. Not just, oh, well, I don't know, this is like a tourist thing. No. I'd much rather go be a part of life. You know what I mean? Even if it's like dangerous or unclean or whatever, right? Like, I don't know. That's real life. Real life is dangerous and unclean. Yeah, like imagine that. Imagine watching like a random fucking Muay Thai fight and there's just people everywhere. You're like getting shoulder to shoulder and there's like a bunch of fucking crazy looking guys everywhere, shirts off, looking like they probably rob you or something. Like, I'm being like, you know, mean, I guess. I don't mean to be mean, but I mean like imagine going like what you see on the movies, some underground fight. Would that be crazy? Like, yeah, I might be nervous, you know, but it'd be something you could experience. You know, always protect yourself, but I think protecting yourself should come very slightly behind adventure in some ways. But yeah, no, there's all kinds of cool stuff. Like I want to go to the I think, is it Vietnam? They have these really cool like rivers. They just use boats and go up and down the river. It'd be kind of cool just to go on like a little boat ride up that river and just see the people like fishing or whatever they're doing. That's like their backyard. Like people's backyard is like on this river. You're just going. It'd be kind of cool. I want to go to those temples too. There's temples. I don't know if it's the Punjabi region or exactly. I want to say it's India area. There's these temples. They're just so cool because there's fucking people everywhere. There's like monkeys too. Like there's just shit. They're just living. Like you just go and there's just it's not a tourist place. Maybe it is a tourist place. I don't know. But when I think tourist place, I think like the Taj Mahal or something like that. But this looked like, when I saw in the video, it just looked like a regular area and people are just hanging out. GeoGuessr. Oh, okay. That seems fun. I know GeoGuessr from, actually it's funny, I know it from Mario. I've seen Mario GeoGuessr. They all get together and like hide and you just gotta take pictures and go and find them. Excuse me. I always get like, it's the coffee. Do I get like mucus? But, yeah, no, that's funny to think GeoGuessr like Mario. But yeah, life is interesting, man. You know, there's so much of it, and I think everybody should just do more. I don't know, and that sounds hard to do, but sometimes it's not hard to do. Just stop saying no. You ever seen that movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey? Dude, everybody should watch that movie and try and learn something from it. Everybody should not maybe take it so extreme. But you should be a yes man. I think everybody should be a yes man. You should always just say yes. Hey, you want to go here? Like, you know, 2 weekends ago, I went to this random club. I just went to this place in Greenville. Went to this random club and was like, hey, let me go check it out. It was okay. And then, you know, like a month before that, I went to another one, random place. It was okay. And I think maybe I don't want to go back there. But I went, you know, just to see what it was like. Same thing for, like, I remember one time I just got up and took a trip to Charlotte. Like, why not? What else am I doing? Asheville. My friend said, hey, you want to go to Asheville? Okay, let's go to Asheville. I just went. I didn't have any reason. He woke me up in the morning. I was like fresh in the morning. I'm like, I guess I'll go. Why not? You know? Why wouldn't you just go do that? I think that's like crazy to me because you miss out on so much experience. And I have some of the best memories there. I had no reason to go. We didn't do anything special. Most people would say no. They just think too much. You shouldn't think so much. Overthink. Just say yes. Start saying yes to everything. Your life will open up. It'll open up a lot more anyway. And sometimes you'll make mistakes. Sometimes you'll think, oh, that was a waste. Okay. You can be okay with a waste. Who cares what you waste? You know what I mean? Like, like who actually gives a fuck what you waste? if you want to go on a walk, and then they went in total and stumbled upon a tiny karaoke. You see what I mean? You're never going to know that if you don't go. And then when you go to the karaoke, who's going to say, oh, well, I'm too embarrassed to sing. I'm not going to go inside. What else are you... Let me ask your options. Not you, because obviously you seem to be, more capable of actually taking life into your own hands. But for most people, they don't do that. And I would ask them, what is the alternative? Right? The alternative is nothing. Emptiness. Misery. Like... and that's... You're going to be embarrassed. That's okay. The thing about embarrassment that's funny is embarrassment by, like, its definition... It's saying that I have something to lose. Basically, it's saying like, oh, well, if I do something, you can take something from me. Let's say singing, for example. If I sing and I'm not good, you now can take something from me. You can take my dignity, you can take my pride, you can take something from me and leave me empty. And it's just the weirdest feeling. Like, no one can take anything from you. And a lot of us, it's more like relational too. It's like, oh, well, you can take my ability to engage with, like if there's a woman around, or a man, whoever you're interested in, like opposite sex or same sex, whoever you want, if they're around and you're embarrassed, that means you're taking away my ability to be with them. Like, I'm going to lose my ability to engage with them in a romantic relationship if I embarrass myself. That's just not true. That's not true at all. And if it is true, let's say it was true. Let's say you're going out and there's a sexy guy or a sexy girl and they're there. And if you go sing karaoke, they will think you're ugly and stupid and they won't want to be with you anymore. Then you don't need to be with them anyway. They're not meant for you because you're not the kind of person who sings good. That's the only way I can describe that, because they must be meant for somebody who has the singing voice, Mariah Carey or whoever, Lionel Richie. Like, they must be meant for somebody else. Like, they're not meant for you. Like, if you're embarrassing to go dance, right? I'm going to go out and go dance. And you don't know how to dance. And you just go out and just shake your ass and have fun. And someone says, oh, well, they're shaking their ass and having fun. I don't want to be with them anymore. They are now ugly and I don't like them and I don't want them. Well, then fuck them. They're not meant for you. And the thing is, you notice a lot of people are so stuck by this. All of you are meant for each other. You're just all fighting the same embarrassment. You're damn right. Let it fly. And that has cost you nothing. You have lost nothing by doing that. You know what's funny, though? Actually, the opposite is true. When you don't have fun and you don't engage in things that you could engage with, what actually happens is you lose more. Because you're worried about going home alone. You go home alone anyway. So I go out, I don't dance because I'm too cool and I don't want to be embarrassed and I want women to like me. And then I go home alone. Now you've lost everything. You literally have nothing. And that's also it. That's exactly the truth. That's why I said everybody else is doing the same thing. They all want to be engaging with that. They all want to sing karaoke. They all want that. They're not going to. It's too embarrassing. Well, now you're embarrassed, they're embarrassed, and everyone who wants to do it has to drink first. Oh, well, I have some drinks, I'll do it. Why? Because if you have drinks, you have the right to say it's not me. That's the thing. So if you have some drinks and you sing karaoke, and someone says, oh, you're unattractive because you did that and you're embarrassing, what you can do is say, oh, no, sorry, I was drinking. It's not me. I would never do that. I was just drinking, so. And then there's, oh, you were drinking? You would never do that normally? Okay, you're attractive again. Thank you for that. I was so glad. I thought for a second I would just never be able to talk to you because you were so ugly. The fucking... No one has that conversation. Like, it's not real. But that's what happens in your brain. That's how you tell yourself. You convince yourself you're losing all this shit. You're not losing anything, dude. Nobody here is losing anything for being themselves. You have everything to gain and everything to lose by not doing it. Because then you go home alone and you still have nothing and you still hate yourself and then you have no fun. And then you become miserable and you wonder why you're so empty. You're so empty because you're fighting so hard to lose people you don't have. And you know what's funny, though? And this is very real. I've said this before. If someone asks me, what's the secret to my success? What's the secret to confidence? What's the secret? How do I do the things I do? Because I'm very I'll publicly dance. I'll sing karaoke. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say, how do you do that? I'll say, well, the first step to being really confident is being really ugly. Being a fucking loser will make you more confident than you can ever imagine. Because you have nothing to lose. You can't take anything from me. I learned this at an early age. Fuck are you going to take from me? Oh my god, are the cute girls not going to like me? Oh, what am I going to do? And I've been single, you know, I'm like 15 years old, never had a girlfriend type thing. Like, ooh, what if they don't like me? Oh, God forbid I go home in the same way I showed up. I don't give a fuck. And I think that's why most people, like let's say losers or who are ugly or alternative hobbies or non-mainstream traditional, because I don't want to put anybody down. It's not to put you down. It's just to understand this is the reality, right? Like if you go to like, I don't know, like an anime convention, right? And you see all these people, these shut-ins and these quiet types, and they're just fucking going to town. How? Why? They're all a recluse. None of them are attractive because they got nothing to lose. And because they're around like-minded people. They're with themselves, you know, or with other people who are like them. But yeah, no shit. Let's see. I usually perform really well. So I feel like I have so much to lose if I don't do very well. But sometimes things are... Dude, that's it. You got nothing to lose. If you have things to lose, you perform worse. You are worse as a person with things to lose. You know, this is why they talk about this idea that... it's like not the... Is it monks? Hold on. Is it... I think it's the yogis. I don't know if it's a monk or a yogi thing. I think it's mainly the monks. But I think they overlap. It's all Eastern stuff. But they talk about this idea of nothing. You have nothing. You own nothing. You have nothing. You are nothing. And therefore, you have nothing to lose. You give up your worldly possessions, right? If you give up your worldly possessions or your mental possessions or anything else, give it all up. Nothing can hold you back. You are completely unchained. If you have something to hold on to, you are chained. By definition, if something is latched onto you in some way, it is chained to you. It is holding you back in some form. That's not to say it's bad. I don't agree with that philosophy in a way. I know its merits and I understand it, but I don't agree for me. Some people, it's great for them. But the whole goal is to, yeah, lose everything because you can't take anything from me because I have nothing to hold on to. Like if you say, for example, I'm going to take your house, right? If you don't do this and do what I say, I'm going to take your house because I'm going to repo your house or something, right? Okay, take it. It's not attached. I don't care. Take it. Some people have this attachment. Oh, my memory's in that house. I grew up in that house. I'll do anything for that house. I'll suck your dick for that house, please. Like, and they can be manipulated. You can be taken advantage of. Right, joke's on you. I'm homeless. I have nothing to lose. You can't take from me. That's why some homeless people are so happy. Go to Asheville, North Carolina, and see some of the homeless people and talk to them. I've had good conversations with some of them. I talked to them for like hours. And we just sit and talk about their life and what they do. And one guy's like, yeah, man, you know, just bumming some money, coming out here, hanging out on my bench, you know. I just live good, you know. And I'm like, interested. And he's so fucking free. What are they going to do? He has nothing to lose. He's just happy. He has food, you know, he has stuff, but like, you don't care. But if you care so much and become so attached, it can be taken from you and it can cause great pain, which is why when you're so attached to, let's say, your significant other and you lose them, it's painful. That attachment causes the pain. It also causes you to act stupid and be manipulated. And it's, oh, I'm gonna, you know, sleep with your wife, and now I'm gonna ruin your life. If you don't, I say don't, not that you don't care about your wife. If you're not so attached to that, it can't hurt you in the same way. Sadhguru talks about it. He talks about his wife and how they don't own each other. They're not. He said he loves his wife, and they spend time together and whatever. But he's like, we are not a unison in a way. I don't know. He described it in some way that was very paradoxical. That's his wife, the one woman he loves and he's gonna be with forever. But if she was gone tomorrow, he wouldn't take 2 steps. You know, he wouldn't care. He's like, all right, well, that's unfortunate. I love everything we had, but I'm not gonna own that. I'm not attached to that in some way. It's really weird. It's almost like you can have this thing sitting next to you, but it's not attached. Almost like it's like you're riding a boat, right? If 2 boats are in the ocean, these 2 boats, they're not, if you tie them together, those boats will never get lost, right? But it's like 2 boats in the ocean, and they're going together for a very long time, and then one drifts off, and you say, well, yeah, he was never tied. Of course it can happen. We were never tied together. It might be sad to see them go, but you know it's sort of an inevitability in a way. And that's also something that's true, is think things are just going to happen. So, I don't know. Things like that are interesting, right? Reframing your mind and how you approach these things sometimes can help understand. But that's it. Basically, short story long, have nothing to lose. Fuck it, dude. Just don't care about shit, man. Go dance. Go fucking do it. And if you don't, see, some people too, they have this identity crisis that, because I talked to someone recently, last week actually, and they said something about like, oh, I don't dance. Or I think it was dancing. Was it dancing? Karaoke? It actually was it was something like that. Very similar, Anita, one of those things. And they said, oh, I don't do that. I'm not the kind of person who does that. And I said, what do you mean you're not the kind of person who does that? I said, is that your identity? That's who you've decided you're going to be? Because everyone does that. That's every single human being on this planet has an urge to dance in some way. I'm not saying you're going to be Chris Brown. You know what I mean? Or you're going to be Mick Jagger or whoever. Like, yeah, I get that. You're not going to be those things. Everybody on this planet likes to listen to music, whatever music it is, and they like to move. It's human nature. That's just what it is. But some people have an image that they can't do that, and then their brain will do everything in their power to protect that image. That's just how that works. It's just going to happen. Like, so if I say, and this is why, back to the drinking, those same people who have this, I don't do that. They'll get drunk and they'll do that. Why? Because drinking is going to suppress drinking, being drunk is going to suppress your mind and let your body come out, let your spirit come out, let all those internals come out, all the emotion. Your mind holds that shit behind. That's why drinking is so valuable for so many people. People love fucking drinking because drinking lets them be themselves because their mind is destroying them. That's why, oh, I don't dance. Yeah, you do. Everyone does. You know, now to say you have no interest can be true. You can sit there and say, well, I have no interest. Doesn't mean you don't want to in some fashion. Sometimes that's also an excuse, right? I'm not interested. Yeah, you are, deep down. But it's just too hard to do, to get past your own mental walls to go engage with that activity. Why do you think people sing in the shower, for example? All these non-karaoke motherfuckers will be singing in the shower. Or they'll be singing in the car, driving. Yeah, basically. It just shuts that shit down, dude. Turn that fucking brain off. We're not doing that today. Very powerful. It's a very good thing, you know, for a lot of people. You're never going to hear anybody tell you that. This is why I'm a non-traditional, you know, I'm a non-traditional guru. I'm a non-traditional coach. I'm a non-traditional religious teacher. I'm a non-traditional, you know, everything. Because no one's going to tell you that. No one's ever going to talk about the good side, what those things are beneficial for. And what it does, it's still bad. I'm not going to act like it doesn't hurt your liver and your body, and it does hurt your mind. Even sometimes you'll be tired. Yeah, no, it can be a very powerful thing. And because it's not inherently good. It is a shortcut. It's not inherently good. It's not this golden ticket. Everyone thinks it's a golden ticket because it works like a golden ticket. You use it, your brain turns off, all of a sudden you feel better. Great. But there's always side effects, and there's also side effects for long-term usage. It has to be short-term usage only. It's sort of a small things here and there to help get you where you need to be. Who is it talks about that? I lied. Someone talks about it. Was it Freud? I think it was Freud. We're going to say it was him. I don't know. Jung, Freud, one of them. They said that the world is such a shitty place. The world is such a terrible, awful, miserable place that we have to have drugs or we won't survive. Drugs meaning anything, right? Drugs, I think he meant it metaphorically, where it could be booze, actual drugs, prescription, sex, something. And I agree in some fashion, right? I don't think it's something you do all the time, something that's necessary, but I do think in some ways the evidence is there. We can't argue with evidence-based research, and evidence-based research suggests that 99% of the population is on some form of drug, caffeine included. My favorite is these motherfuckers who act like they're on caffeine so they're above. I don't take drugs, I take caffeine. Oh, really? I don't drink alcohol, I'm better. I'm alcohol-free, I'm drug-free, that means I'm better, and they're on fucking caffeine to give them stimulants, to keep them fucking going, to keep them happy. Let's not act like you're better than anybody. We're all doing the same shit, just in different ways. And that's sort of like arrogant, I'm better than you attitude is what sucks. That's true. That's a different kind. Yeah, that's not, necessarily the same, but it is, something that you put in your body. But yeah, we need stuff, man. We're just gonna need something to help every now and again. Like, it's just what it is, But it's understanding how to make the best of your life without that, right? For example, overthinking. How can you find peace of mind? That takes time. Like, to practice peace of mind, practice meditation, is very difficult. I don't meditate well. I don't believe in meditation. I can't meditate. It's very difficult anyway. Sorry, I just said I don't believe in meditation. That's a fucking lie. I do believe in it. It's amazing. It works wonders in people's lives. And I will sit with my thoughts. I don't meditate, but I sit with my thoughts. Which I guess you could say is the same thing. But I can't, for example, sit, close my eyes, and try and think of nothing. I fall asleep. It's almost like if I'm not thinking actively, if my brain goes a mile a fucking minute, or it's off, it's like it's just on or off. I don't think of nothing, and I just fall asleep. My brain basically says, oh, we're not working? All right, night. And then it's like, well, no, think about something. And then boom. Yeah, no, it's not easy, dude. It's not fucking easy, but it's very valuable. And it's just not something people think about, though, because everyone thinks of meditation in such a very hippy-dippy way, especially in America. Everyone thinks of meditation as, oh, get the incense and the sticks, with like a third eye tattooed on your... That's not necessarily what the fuck it has to be. Meditation comes in so many shapes and sizes and forms. Like, you can find meditation that works for you. But yeah, it's not easy even when you try. But it's a technique to help calm the mind, which sometimes can be a little overactive. Same thing for like ADHD people. They struggle with meditation. There's actually specific techniques for ADHD people to meditate. It has to be done differently. It doesn't work the same as it does for everyone else. And I have ADHD, unfortunately. Unfortunately is a strong word. It's helped me in some ways, and it holds me back in some ways. So it's not good or bad. I think it is, right? It's not that it's this curse or a blessing or it's just what it is. Which I found out recently. I found out a few days ago. That's the reason I can drink coffee and it makes me tired as fuck. Not all the time. This isn't a constant thing, but let's say 50%, 40% of the time, maybe 40%, when I drink coffee, I take a fucking few sips or I drink and then done. And when I say tired, I mean like, I'm going to go lay down tired. But I've also heard two things for that. Both of which I know to be true. One is that chemically it fucks you up because it puts you in a balanced state. And then, boop, you just go to bed. It's sort of like Adderall. Why do you think Adderall, which is just meth junior, makes people like a fucking zombie, right? Because it turns their brain into a balanced shits. Or, this is also what happens, so, yeah, that's it. Or, it overloads your brain, and it shuts the fuck down. That, I think, is more likely in my case, because I struggled in the past as well with overstress, overthink, more, and burnout. So this fucking jet engine that is my brain that never turns the fuck off, it overheats, basically. And sometimes I'll have too much caffeine or some amount of caffeine, and it stimulates it even more. And what happens when I get overstimulated, over fucking stressed, over whatever, it makes my brain just turn off. Because it's shutting down. It's like, no, oh shit, this is a problem. We're burning the fuck out. And then it just sends me to bed until my brain can go back to a more manageable level. Which is why alcohol is so valuable for me. I drink alcohol and it turns that shit down a little bit, But that's not normally what's good for people. Mental paralysis, yeah, stuff like that can happen. I like those lights in that building, little rainbow lights. Those things are cool. But yeah, and everyone's different, man, and I think I'm a unique case. That's also a thing, too. Something that applies to me doesn't apply to everybody. I'm not a very normal person. I'm very different. Gifted in some ways, but also, just different in some other ways. And I think that's the difference. If I were to say something like, oh yeah, alcohol is good, right, like I did earlier, it can be good as a tool for some people in certain situations, but that's not normal. And this is the reason, for example, why I can see all these things that people can't. There's a reason why I can understand like people's emotions, their thoughts, their feelings, philosophy. I can understand situations immediately. I can think through problems faster than most people. Like, this fucker doesn't stop. Dude, my brain works so fucking fast, and it works so much, which is great. I think that's awesome. Like, someone gives me like a problem, like why I do well academically. Someone introduces a brand new problem. Within minutes, it's figured out. Does not take long. I can figure shit out so fucking fast, which is, you think that's great. But that's a problem sometimes, because my brain works so fucking fast and so much that I can't sometimes even enjoy things. Like, I actually can't enjoy even, like, video games sometimes. Yeah, I can channel it that way, too, and that works, right? And I have the ability to do that. But in my daily life, dude, it sucks. Like, I can't enjoy card games sometimes. I like card games, right? Or video games, let's say. I enjoy video games, card games, all kinds of games. Games are fucking fun. I love it. You know why? Because games, usually, if presented in the same thing, fill it. Like, if I get a new game and I'm playing it, the turbines are going. We're like, oh, baby. It's like a horse being able to gallop. The fuck, I can go. Just... And you know what that causes, though? Is great disappointment when I figure the game out and it becomes so empty. A good example is Street Fighter 6. I found that Street Fighter 6 was boring within 6 months. I don't play Fortnite, actually. I don't care for it. I don't like Battle Royales, actually. I have no interest, especially Fortnite. Especially. Because Fortnite and Apex and certain games, they have no skill-based landing sometimes. You'll land, someone has a legendary gun, you have a pea shooter or a baseball bat, you're fucking dead. Through no fault of your own. There's nothing skillful about it, nothing you could have done better. I don't like that. So fuck that. Versus I will play Warzone back in the day when it wasn't 700 gigabytes and it took 6 hard drives to have Call of Duty Warzone. I did like that game because the attachments didn't really offer that much performance. The attachments made, you know, scopes better. They gave you an advantage for sure. But oftentimes the attachments weren't going to win you the game on the spot. And I enjoy skill-based games a lot more than random shit. Hackers in all lobbies. Yeah, I never got too bad on that because I play on console. So that's kind of lucky. I always play games on console. I prefer console. I think console is the master race, which is hilarious. Everyone says PC, PC. I don't believe that's true at all. So many games are so terribly optimized on PC, they run like shit, and they just tell you to buy a better graphics card. Then you buy the console version, no frame drops, no audio issues, no lag, no hackers, no problem. Yeah, I think that's true. I've seen that before, that your brain's constantly fucking going. Because you have to, though. The reason you have to have your brain going all the fucking time is because if you don't, you'll forget. This is the best example I can give to like ADHD brain people talk about, is it's a defense mechanism. Yeah, I like console gaming, dude. I just think it's better. Like, I think it's more reasonable. Like with Siege, I played Siege for like 6 years. And in all those years, it was always hackers, cheaters, problems, glitches, bugs, audio issues, this issues, that non-stop fucking issues. Console version? Nope. Nothing. Never any issues. So, I do think there's something to be said about that. That they just tell you, buy a better graphics card. Fuck, I have a console, it lasts me 10 years. People talking about, yeah, I just spent $17 million on my graphics card and my PC last year. I have to upgrade this year. What the fuck? But yeah, no, ADHD type stuff, it's a defense mechanism your brain picks up pretty early on, because when you're a child, let's say you're 10, 8 years old, whatever, you can just do whatever the fuck you want, right? You're just la living, and there's no consequence until you forget your homework, until you forget something else. This is why also ADHD people, I think, fucking die when they become adults. Well, adults. The moment someone stops doing it for them. The moment your parents don't get you out of bed to go to class. The moment your parents don't tell you to go to bed. The moment your parents don't make you dinner. The moment your parents don't pack you a lunch. The moment your parents stop doing all that shit. Hey, yo, what's going on, big dog? I see you, Jackal. Hey, speaking of Siege, the foot sniffer. Yeah, appreciate the follow. Welcome in. We're talking about ADHD right now. chilling, talking about how it happens, basically. So you forget this shit, and you get all fucked up, and it's like, damn, what am I supposed to do, right? Your brain says, I got you. Don't worry. I will protect you until the day we die. I will never let you forget anything ever again. And you think I'm being funny, but that is exactly what your brain does. Oh, you got to add? Fuck. We aren't supposed to have ads. I hate that shit, dude. I can't turn them off, though. Twitch had it, like, years ago. They changed it where you can't control your ads no more. They said, no, you're going to give us the money. You used to be able to turn your ads off. If even I don't get paid. I don't care if I'm getting paid. It's about people coming in to enjoy that. But, yeah, no. So your brain says, I'm going to protect you and then it never stops ever again. Because the moment it stops is the moment you're going to freak the fuck out. Or you're going to not freak. You're going to lose something. So you freak out every moment of the day. This is the problem, too. Why, for example, some people, what's the word? They can't go to, like, appointments in the afternoon. Or let's say you have to work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You wake up at 12. You have 5 hours. 5 whole hours. That's a long time. That's a long time in RPG years. You can do, like, a whole dungeon and then some in 5 hours in an RPG, even Final Fantasy. That's a fucking whole trip to the gym and breakfast and lunch, and that's a long fucking time, 5 hours. And then what happens? Well, I can't do anything. What if I do that? What if I lose track of time? What if I don't make it into working time? What about this? What about that? The fucking turbine starts spinning. I will protect you. Don't worry. I'll make sure you never forget to go to work. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's really nice of you, brain. I'm going to go watch some TV. Ooh. I know you wanted to watch TV, and you turned it on, and you're looking at the screen, but we have to go to work, though. Don't forget about work. That's 5 hours from now. I can't enjoy a 30-minute episode? Not today, buddy. I'm going to make sure you don't forget. Because if you watch one episode, you can watch 2, and then 2 turns into 5, and then all of a sudden you're late, and you didn't... Nope. Your brain has now destroyed every chance you would ever get at doing that. And then it's just your job, I guess, to do things to counteract that. You know, and this is something I think nobody does or talks about for some reason. A little bit better, but yeah, dude, that's a lot of people, man. A lot of us struggle with that. And I think it's important to know that it's okay. This is the big one. Also, I heard thunder and lightning outside. So if I get, power outage, whatever, I'll be back on as soon as I can, just up front. Because I don't have a backup. I don't have like a big generator, or not generator, but like a PC, you know what they say, like a, what's the word? It's a little battery box that when your PC goes off, it gives you like 5 minutes. Anyway. What's the word? Yes, you can't do that, but you have to sort of understand what you, Discord. I do have a Discord. It's weird. It's a Discord from years ago when I used to stream video games a lot more. And now it's mainly like just my friends almost. So yeah, if you want to come be friends, come hang out. Let me give you a... Hey, is it on there still? Just !! Discord. See if that works still. What the fuck are my commands? I have commands. Hold on. let me pull up there's a list of these things. I put these together years ago. Maybe is it years ago? I put these together some amount of time ago. Is it Streamlabs, right? Where the fuck are my... I haven't logged into Streamlabs in like ever. So let me see about this real quick. Cause all this shit is in there. Should be. Is it under chat box? Let's see. Alert box, Cloudbot. Cloudbot? I think it's Cloudbot, right? Not Cloudbot. No, I don't need a Cloudbot. Commands. Okay, here we go. Commands. Did they reset all my fucking commands? No, they're all here. It's ! Commands. Exclamation point Discord. They're all here. Excuse me? Is it because I haven't logged in? That maybe they're not working? Hold on just a frickin' second. Huh. Let me see if I... Dude, this is wild. Because, yeah, this is something that's existed for a long time. No one's been using it forever. And the other ones are still working. You know what I mean? Like, the other... What are they called? Are working. Oh, my bot! Shit, hold on. My bot that talks to you, when you do the command, the bot is who tells you what's going on. He may have got turned off. Hold on. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe since I logged out. Because there is a guy, it's the security. We have a security officer that talks to you. I think so. No, not chat. Oh, Jesus, this is fucking impossible. Turn on. Yes. I mean, it should have been on. I don't understand. Is it CloudBot, right? Oh. Okay. I turned it on. It was turned off. Let me see if we have a thing now. I don't know why it turned it off. I've never not had it off. There we go. It's not Streamlabs. It's a name. He has a fucking name, you bitch. Socials are turned off, but I turned off socials right now because of the fact that they're not set up right. They're old social links. The Discord link should still be correct though. Okay. Import moderation tools. Now why isn't it the... Yes, it's turned on. Platform connected. Welcome to bot. Import your setup. No, onboard, that's fine. Settings. Mod tools. I don't want mod tools. Yes, off. Good. Why is this like this? Why is this interface so fucking hard to use that I have to have a Google search to, like, understand how the fuck this thing goes? We're not gonna do this right now. The good news is those commands are back. I can't be asked. I cannot be asked. Hey, welcome. Okay, you guys are in there. That's good. At least you made it. We can do all the other shit later. I'll see why it's not the name it's supposed to be. Because I have like a Twitch account made for it. You have to make a separate account and do all this weird stuff, but it's not supposed to say Streamlabs. It's supposed to be Studio Security. I think that's kind of fun. You know, it makes it feel like it's a part of the community, like it's a person in there, not just a bot. I mean, it is a bot. You know what I mean? Little touches that count. Anyway, back to the ADHD shit, and just not ADHD, but anything in general, right? What people oftentimes do is they get upset about what they have and what is, right? Like, oh, well, I have ADHD, so... And then it just should never start there, ever. I don't give a fuck what you have. Like, to be honest, I really don't. No one should care what they have. It doesn't define who you are as a person. And if you have some deficiency in some way, and this is important, the word deficiency might hurt someone's feelings. I don't care about your feelings because it's the truth. Dude, no, thank you for hanging out, man. I really appreciate that. No, I try my best, you know. we're still growing, and this is the first I'm doing coaching like on Twitch. So like I just do free coaching on Twitch, you know, talk to people. Sometimes really tonight has been off the cuff. We had no plan tonight. I had no thing in mind. It's funny, nothing. It's the same, but it sounds funny in English, I guess. But I had nothing in mind in terms of like what to talk about. Normally I have like kind of a plan. So we're just kind of hanging out here. But what do you call it? Yeah, no, I just try and be authentic. Also, I'm going to give you things that you're probably, what's the word? Not going to hear anywhere else. Like earlier, I said some shit about how like alcohol is good for you. That it's deeper than that. There's a better story there. But I don't know. It's just different. I'm going to be able to give you advice that other people won't. I'll be able to talk to you about things that other people won't be able to talk to you about the same way. And there's just what do you call it? I hate this fucking term. No judgment zone. There's really, for those people who say stuff like that, a lot of times there definitely is a judgment zone. Like, they just begin to hate in the opposite direction and call it justice. Right? Like, oh, well, I hate people who are blah, 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 because they're just mean and rude. So we're going to slowly go do all that stuff they don't. And then eventually you hate those people who are mean and rude, meaning you hate those people, meaning they're not allowed here. It's not safe for them to be here. And all of a sudden, no one can be there. You know, it's like, no matter what you think or believe, there's always someone has the right to exist. I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care if you beat your wife, if you're an alcoholic, a drug addict, a thief, a criminal, a murderer, rapist. Whoever the fuck you are, you're still a human being in there. Like, there's still someone in there somewhere, and you deserve it to some capacity to be understood. Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean shit. Like, you tell me, oh yeah, I just beat the fuck out of this guy because he stepped on my shoes. Okay. I mean, it makes sense, right? Why would you not beat the hell out of him if he stepped on your shoes? He pissed you off and he deserved it, right? Okay, let's talk about it. You know, do you think that's the best course of action? What are the consequences, you know? But never like, oh, that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. Fuck that. Everybody does something wrong. Your insight has helped me cope with situations so much. Dude, thank you. No, I'm just glad. It's what I'm here for. Like, literally, and I need you guys to know this. This is my job. This is what I was put on this fucking planet to do. Like, I'm lucky I figured it out. Now, granted, I don't have to work for this. It's not very hard for me to do. This is why they tell you, find something you love or you're gifted or whatever and you'll never work. This is what they're talking about. I don't fucking work for this. Like, that's not true. I do a lot of research, hundreds of hours of philosophers and psychologists and psychoanalysts and PhDs and therapists and like learning all these techniques and studying people's, you know, cases and how did they cope with this and what happened to them. I do a lot of research sort of in my own time, but I don't count that as work because I like the research. I was doing that without a job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would listen to like Plato or Socrates or something without wanting to apply it to my own career. Like, so like talking to you guys, I do this shit with my friends. I do this shit at work. Like, I have like a regular job. This is my part-time job, is coaching. I don't know. It just happens. I just fucking talk to people and they talk to me. And I think one thing that people can tell though is I'm trustworthy. I don't look very trustworthy. I don't know. I look like a streamer. I don't know. I got the hat, the chain. Dang. That's funny. So one's reading it, and then one says, fuck that. We're always so different. That's what's so fucking hilarious, which is exactly what I mean. There's no one size fits all. Like, imagine, like, this is a philosophy chat. This is a we hate philosophy chat. Like, everyone should be here. Like, fuck that. Everybody should be allowed, you know? Me? What do you think? How old do you think I am? Give me your best guess. Old English is hard to understand. It's definitely hard to read. Shit, new English is hard to read. Like smart guy English? You ever listen to fucking like PhDs and different, well maybe like different guys, philosophers who ever go off and like talk about things? Jordan Peterson, for example, when he does like 3-hour interviews and he talks to other PhDs about their books that they've written and like the philosophy of, like, I saw one about the Dark Triad. It was the author of the book talking about the Dark Triad of like behavior and women and shit like that. 23 to 27? Nice, not too bad. I think I passed for 18 recently. But no, I'm not going to tell you. But, not 24. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to burp in your face. Rosie knows, but she can't tell nobody. That's a secret. I'm sure you'll figure it out, though, over time. Probably not hard to figure out. Eventually. But, what do you call it? Yeah, no, I think people... yeah, you're way off. I'm actually 34 years old. I'm a 34-year-old man. Old-timer. Back from the days before technology, before we had cell phones. I'm just playing. There were cell phones back then. They were just the big bricks. But what do you call it? Shit, now I'm just distracted having fun. But yeah, no, whatever. I'll finish up 2 points. First point being that, yeah, I'm just a bit I'm a bit more trustworthy, I think, than most people. Like most leaders, most what's the word? Like, I don't know, people who would educate, right? Educators, we'll say. Life coaches, gurus, religious leaders, all these people who have knowledge, who have things that they could help you, things they could, you know, give to you. They don't oftentimes offer them in a way that is constructive. And if it is constructive, it's hard to understand. We talked about the Old English and how it's hard to understand about Jordan Peterson and shit. I can understand what the fuck they're talking about. The average person can't. Are you careful? I don't know if you're supposed to say that. I don't know for sure. But I did hear before that you'll get banned if you say your age. Obviously, I don't give a fuck. You can be fucking 10 years old. I don't. You know what I mean? If you're fucking hanging out, having a good time, dude, shit. Do you, man. I want everyone to be here and feel comfortable chilling. But, what do you call it? I don't know. I've heard before that, like, people get banned for ages on Twitch and stuff. So, as long as you're protected, just take care of yourself. And, of course, it's like a small... If you're below 13... Okay, so, yeah, there must be, like, a limit. Because there was people, no joke, getting shot. Like, they were getting shot, banned immediately by Twitch, not by, like, a mod. Because they use, like, the phrase, I'm blank years old or whatever. And it was, like, you know, grown fucking 50-year-old men or 40-year-old men, like, just being, you know, trolls, banned. So that's kind of why I bring that up for, only because I heard rumors about that. And I had seen some stuff about it. But, anyway. Yeah, no, I think that I had the ability oftentimes to give people information that, like, smart people or enlightened people or whoever kind of people cannot. They can't give you the information in the same way that I can, so that's one value that I have. And then two, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck about anything you do or say or judging you in that. I mean that in the way, like, I don't care. Like, if you tell me, oh, well, I did this, right? I stabbed a motherfucker in the chest at the bar last week. Okay, why'd you do that? You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. I'm not going to say you're a bad person, let's put you in jail, right? Like, I don't give a fuck. Let's understand who you are as a person, understand what the fuck's going on. And that's valuable. I think if you're not willing to look at human indecency and understand them, how the fuck are you going to help them or help them even understand themselves? That's like the weird thing about, like, religious motherfuckers. They'll say, like, oh, well, you know, you need to be a good person. And then they find a bad person who needs to be a good person, who needs help. Oh, you're bad, I don't want to be around you. The fuck? Like, then how the fuck are you supposed to help that person? How are you going to understand that person? Like your parents or whoever. Your parents can try and be there for you, and then they find out you did something bad. Oh, you're a bad kid. I'm going to punish you. Like, so, you can come here for no punishment, basically. Just, shit like that. But anyway, so back to the ADHD shit. ADHD, hyperactive. What you need to do as a person that's going to help is start making plans around your own deficiencies. And this is not just ADHD, this is everybody, all the time. You need to make plans knowing who you are as a person. For example, if you don't get up in the morning, you're not a morning get-upper and goer, then you need to know that you need to do your shit at night. That's just it. There's no lying to yourself, oh, I'm going to wake up in the morning and do it. No, the fuck you're not. Stop lying. People lie to themselves every day. You believe that? I bet you guys are guilty of it. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to get done with class. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go home. After I go home, I'm going to shower. I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do my homework. No, the fuck you're not. The second you get home, you're kicking your shoes off. You're probably not even going to shower. You're just going to go straight to your bed or straight to your games, and you're going to fucking relax because you're going to say, oh, I'm so tired. You're going to have to go home after you've done your work. Go to the library, do your fucking work, and then go home. You need to know that about yourself. Oh, you're writing a book? What kind of book? I've wrote 2 books, so maybe that'll help you. But I'm not an author, if that makes sense. I've wrote 2 books, yes, but I'm not J.K. Rowling. I'm not George R. Martin. So don't expect, whatever. But I can maybe help you through some of the shit. We all have different writing styles too, so your writing style could be totally different than mine. My writing style is very gifted. I'm fortunate in ways that I can guide the story. I don't write the story. The story writes itself. I just guide it to a conclusion to help get the message across. If that makes any sense. I can explain that better if I just don't want to go too far into that. In case you just need like a quick advice. Well, look at you. Trying to butter me up, huh? I know your tricks. Trying to butter me up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, it is published on Amazon. You can buy them both, I think, still, if you'd like. There's one of them. Yeah, there's one of them. You might be able to Google or find the other one. That's the second one that I wrote. The first one is called The Price of Freedom. It's about pirates. So 2 stories. We got a sci-fi thriller, and then something you haven't figured out yet, except that it's philosophy. Well, I guess to me, and this is again subjective, but to me, stories are written by the characters themselves. So your characters are your most important part. In my opinion, again, art is subjective. I can give you philosophical talks and I can give you life advice and things that are objectively true. But art and the way you write your books and the way you want them to be written and the way you want your story to sound and to feel and to look, and that's all subjective. Also, I write better for film. That is one thing I noticed after writing those books. I need to write for film. I don't write for books. I didn't have an option to write for film because I'm not a fucking scriptwriter and I don't know how to get access to Hollywood. So I'd be much better off as a screenplay or a scriptwriter. But anyway, so if you're trying to, where are you stuck at? Also, don't write 2 things at once. That's just stupid. You're not going to be able to write 2 things at once. That's just scatterbrained. I know that probably sucks. I'm not making fun of you. But it might be difficult to focus on one thing. But if you don't focus on one thing and finish it, you'll never finish it. You'll just do 2 things and bounce all over the place. And it's just not a good idea anyway. You don't have to listen to that advice, by the way. Anything I ever say, you can tell me to fuck off. You're doing it your way. Because you have to do it your way. That's the very serious truth. If I give you advice, and even if the advice is correct for 95% of people, you could be the 5%. You don't know that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, gotcha. Damn, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't think about Kindle, I guess. And it's been so many years since I even published those. I just... Thanks for the support, though. That really means a lot. I never really finished writing more. But... what do you call it? Maybe I'll go back to it, right? also... Oh my god, I didn't even see the YouTube chat. Motherfucker, my cousin's here. What's going on, dude? They're both up there, but this particular one's not for... Oh. Damn. I wonder why it's not there. Dude, oh my god. I've seen... YouTube doesn't... It's smaller. It's down here. I never get a lot of YouTube traffic. So I didn't even see that. I wonder if he's gone. What if he said, fuck it, I'm out? Damn. I hope I didn't miss him. But I'm glad you're here. But yeah, no, if you're stuck on whatever thing, I would say that, yeah, I'll have to look into that, because I got the multi-streaming app for just, like, broadcasting. Well, I have both chats here. That is the thing, too. Chats are here. Like, I can see them. I have them both on my screen. It's just that the YouTube is, like, lower. Okay. So, see, if you're trying to find... You're going about that the wrong way. See, this is almost like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good way. You're doing it backwards. You need to find something true. And then... Wait a minute. I know that name. Gata. Where the fuck? Welcome back, number one. But number two, where... Were you here for Last of Us? Maybe. You let me know. I know the name. It's just been I think I know this name. It's also the orange color, but colors change. Maybe that's not. Maybe not. I don't know. But I'm glad you're here. Listen, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're back. We're hanging out. We're talking about philosophy and random shit and life coaching and we're just chit-chatting, really. Fucking nothing planned. But right now we're going over books. And I'm talking with Jackal right now about making a book, making a story. How do you proceed with that? But yeah, you want it to be this emotional story, and you want to tie the readers into it. That's what every story should do. So thinking about that is backwards. That's sort of understood. That's like saying, I want to make a meal that's delicious. Well, yeah, everybody wants to make a meal that's delicious. But then you have no starting place. You're like, what ingredients do I use? What do I do? You have to start with some truth, something that means to you. In Purgatory... Okay, delivery dude, he's not supposed to set though. He's died. And it's him not doing it or doing it. It's like a rough outline. Okay. He's supposed to not accept how he died. And moving on. Okay, and then the end is he going to move on or not? Well, the thing about that is, what do you have in your life or research about not moving on? I guess that's the first, because you got to start with the truth somewhere. What are you trying to tell someone? Yeah, we got some backdrop. I like to keep B-roll in the back. Okay, so you got the prologue out. Okay. I won't go into all of it now, just because there's a lot of people and they want sushi. Dang, got to get the sushi, huh? But in general, you have to basically start with the message. Sort of like, how do I say this? Like, if you're going to do commentary, right? Because you're doing commentary about life. That's what it sounds like this book is for. It's supposed to be a commentary on having unfinished business in life, right? Similar to, what's some easy examples? Yu Yu Hakusho is a funny one. Oh yeah, it's late for you. I think it's like 3 in the morning almost. So yeah, go get some rest, AK, dude. 4. Okay, so I was off. Yeah, no, it's getting there. I did start a little bit later today. Sorry, I did mention that we would be on alternate schedules, and normally I start a little bit earlier for you, maybe like closer to 12. I was a bit a generational space colony ship. Dang. Space colony stuff could be cool, And what lens do you show these problems through that, sort of? And that's kind of what I'm getting back to about Jackal's idea, is that if you're going to have this idea, do you see you next time? Yeah, and of course, dude, there's no No need to thank me. This is public service, dude. It's a public service. This is all for you guys. It's not. We're mutually beneficial. But what do you call it? Yeah, no. So if you're gonna choose a lens, whether it's a space station or it's gonna be, purgatory, you have to find what you're trying to tell people. Like, what problem do people have? And again, this is my form of storytelling. I think this is not everyone's. But when you take an idea like unfinished business, right? Casper the Ghost, that's not a good, I think, example. It's not very deep, right? I think it's a good story, but it's not so deep about everything. But if you look at some of those guys, right? The big fat guy, the stinky slim guy, all those guys had unfinished business, right? And they were kind of assholes. And that's sort of what you're telling in that, is that this guy's an asshole, and he's a ghost. Why is he an asshole? Because he's mad. Why is he mad? Because he never got to say goodbye to his wife, right? Or who knows, right? There's all kinds of things that can cause someone to have unfinished business, or whatever you want to use. That's what that story used. But when you think about, purgatory and not being able to accept the way that you died, you can take that in any direction you want, right? I don't accept it because I was murdered. I don't accept it because I had unfinished business. I don't accept it because I didn't deserve it. I don't accept it because I didn't finish my goal, what I wanted to do. You find something that people can tie onto, but it has to come from within, in a way. Or it has to come from someone else. Because I'm not saying you have to know this, but go do research. Find the emotions. The true emotion. Find someone on their deathbed and ask them what they regret. Like, go to an old folks' home, right? And say, what do you regret? If you died tomorrow, what do you wish? What would make you so angry? Find these things. And then you can start to write a story about someone who loses too early, or someone who doesn't have the things they want. You can sort of take someone else's emotion, but it has to be real. If you want it to be successful. But don't blow it up. I don't know how serious you want this to be. I don't know if you're trying to be a world famous author, or this is just your first book. Fucking just write your first book as best you can. Not to mean that it's going to be crap. What I'm trying to tell you is that you can't think so big sometimes, but I think it's important to think big if you want something to succeed. So these things seem like a lot of work, right? I'm not going to go to an old folks home and ask random dumb questions. What would I even ask? Well, that's up to you to find out. That's part of your journey. That's part of what you're going to have to figure out. Are you going to do this work for nothing? Because there's no guarantee. You can go do all this fucking work, all this research, do all this shit, and get nothing. So I can give you advice on what to go, but you may get nothing anyway. It may be small. And I say that as someone, after writing 2 books, that they're not very big. They didn't take off the charts. They weren't the best. And that's okay. I don't think I was meant to be an author anyway. Well, if that's what you want, then go for it. It starts here. It seems like you already have a direction, and you read a lot. So if you read a lot, write a lot. Reading is the first step to writing. It sounds stupid, but the more you read, the more you engage with the media, the more your brain becomes tailored to the media, and the better you become at it. I don't read good. That's also why my books don't write good. Because one thing I don't like that makes books really good is description. I like film. I like the way film does the description for you. I want you to pay attention. You have to do the work. If it's in the scene, I want you to watch the scene. Get what you can from the scene. But when I'm reading and I read like a fucking paragraph long, and the cobwebs were on the wall, the creaking hanging from the vines and this, and the cold dew that dripped along the wall. Jeez, get to the fucking story. Get to the bits. I don't care. And that's part of my fucking crazy-ass hyperactive brain. I don't give a fuck. That's too slow. It's way too slow to read all the description. I got it. There's a shelf. Good. Let's move on. Like, for example, there's a book series I really love called the Demonata series. I fucking love that series, dude. And there's a point in book 1 where they're describing a secret passage. And it's almost a page long, dude. Almost a page fucking long. I just can't be asked. I already knew. Like, they go somewhere. I'm not going to give you spoilers too much, but they go somewhere and they're describing this walkway. And I'm like, dude, obviously they're going to do something to get through the wall. There's no wall here. They're stuck. They got to go forward. Zoom! And I just skim the fuck out of it. I can't be asked to read all the description. I want the gas. I want all gas. I don't need to know descriptions about things because I can put that there in my head. I imagine these things the way I want them to be. Which is also why I think that books are so interesting, because half the people imagine whatever the fuck they want. If you guys ever read the Twilight books, did you ever think that those fuckers were like on 4 legs? I had no fucking idea. Then the movie comes out and they're like, oh, he jumps over. He's like a big dog. They were werewolves. I expected these I'm seeing in my head big, huge, like giant, 2-legged, big, huge monsters, and then the fucking, it was just a big dog they turned into in the movie. And then someone says, yeah, that's how they looked in the books. I said, no, the fuck they didn't. And then they showed me the passage where they describe how they look, and I'm like, huh. I just skimmed over that, and a lot of people did. They just want to see what they want. I've seen people's hair color completely different. I'm like, yeah, they had blonde hair or brown hair. No, they didn't. It says so right here in the book. They had this one. That's exactly what I imagined them too, right? That's what everybody imagined. Not everybody, but a lot of people. That's not what was in the book. This is why I think books are so valuable compared to media, even like manga or movies. A book is your imagination. Like the author writes, let's say 80%, the other 20 is what you want. It's almost like you get to write your own story. But if it's on film, if you get to hear their voice, watch their face, see these things, you get no creative control in the process. Anyway, that's a side story, short story, long story. Long story short, books are cool. But, yeah, if you're going to write a book, it has to come from within, and you have to have a message in some ways. And if you don't, you're not saying you can't be successful, it's going to be more difficult. Because when something is real, it flows freely. That's just what it is. When something is real and it comes from within, it just flows. Which is why it's funny. If you look at all the best things in life, go look at everything, like the best games, the best books, the best everything in life, the best movies. All those fuckers had a whole bunch going on. If you look at like all those things, like Resident Evil or something like that, you find out behind the scenes, oh, well, the story writer wanted to go for this, and he was looking at this, and he did that, and then there was this massive focus on philosophically this and that and this and that. And you watch YouTube. Go to like the fucking hour-long YouTube things talking about let's dissect the philosophy behind this game or whatever. Go dissect the philosophy and everything behind like a random ass game that's not that good or just okay. It's not there. The reason these things exist in this way is because someone put a lot of effort into them. It was all real from the inside. We just didn't know it. This is why you look at like shot selection, even like in film. Go look at like The Dark Knight and look at how much deep dives you can take into that, into The Dark Knight. The characters, the fucking actors, the way they present the things, the drama, the tension, the shot selection, all of it is so well crafted to design, sometimes even philosophically, this environment. Like, it's all there, you know. And I think if it's not there, it's going to be difficult to really, you know, grab people, because it's about energy. The reason you guys can show up in this fucking stream and then see me for 2 seconds and be like, huh, there's something about that guy. Yeah. You can feel it. Even if you can't put your finger on it, you can tell there's an energy shift. There's something different. And I think that's the big deal. That is the huge deal that I think comes from a lot of media, is like, this media is good. People don't even know why. Like Dark Souls, right? Dark Souls is good. Someone says, oh, the game design. Someone says, no, the philosophy. Someone says, no, this. Number one, it's all of it. It all compounds together. But if you look at something like that, why is it so transcendent? Because the energy's there, the passion. You know, there's something special about when people really put life into the world. It's just different, you know. You really can't sort of describe it in such a way that it's just easy to put your finger on. Anyway. So yeah, but I would say basically though, if you're lost, the things you need first is start, middle, conclusion. Most of us have conclusion first. Like you said, you knew in the end you want this decision, right? You want this decision at the end. Okay. Well, start, middle, conclusion. Everything else is then, and then try and fill in the gaps. And sometimes those gaps are going to get wild and you're going to have to rewrite, but doing it is number one. So have an outline. Once your outline is there, start work. Don't be afraid to fuck it up, too. This is the problem. I'm sure, I could almost promise you that you are afraid to fuck it up. You don't want to go write 3 chapters and then feel like, oh shit, these chapters don't make sense because now they're over here. I have to do this and I want them to be over here and I have to change it. I'm going to have to redo that. Your brain, that controls everything about your life, says, no, that's bad, that's bad. We're going to waste time. We don't waste time. We're only going to do it right the first time. Okay, good luck with that. Gonna do it right the first time, huh? Not a chance. There's just no fucking way. You're gonna have to just move. You're gonna have to do it. Start it. Write it. Rewrite it. Take the chapters that work. Go back and change them because now they don't fit with the chapter you wanted to put after that. That is gonna help a lot. Just doing anything at all. Who is it? Stephen King, I think, talks about writing a page a day. I think that's what he said. Was that one of them? It was like King, George R. R. Martin. I listen to interviews about those guys, and they talk about how they write. I write much like Stephen King. It just comes to me. I don't write the story writes itself. And I think there was another author who talked about it. I think maybe it was Martin, talked about it. It's a garden. He tends to the garden. He has an idea where he wants it to go, but the story is alive and kind of takes its own way. And that's my hands-off approach, is I let the things describe as they would, right? And this is why I say it's important to have good characters, because if your characters would act a certain way and you understand human nature in such a way, you can write compelling characters. If you don't, you can't. So you better be really good at understanding people. You need to understand everything about them. You need to know why they do the things they do, how they act, how they think, everything about them. And you can make that up. Some authors do. They just make shit up and they have a character say something. And this is bad media. This is the media I shit on. I shit on people's stuff all the time. Dude, I don't... Listen, we rambled. We got all fucking night. There's no off topic, on topic, whatever you got. No way, man. I'll help. Yeah, whatever. If I can help. Shit, bring it up. We've been on like 7 different topics. We still haven't finished ADHD and helping yourself with your own deficiencies. So, we'll make it back there sometime. But, yeah, no, go ahead. Whatever you got. I'm here to help. This is what I do. This is why the stream is on. Is to just be here for people who need some advice about something and then hopefully make their life a bit better if I can. Let's wrap that up real quick, because I think a lot of people struggle with this. We had like 6 people in the fucking chat talking about, yeah, that's me, sounds like me. If you have these problems, whatever it is, like we talked about not being able to make plans in the afternoon, your brain just says, fuck this all day and turns off. One thing that could help a lot could be setting an alarm. And this is there's no right answer. You might say, well, I did that, it didn't work. Well, that's good for you. I'm glad you did that, and I'm glad you tried. There's not a one-size-fits-all, but some advice may be to set alarms. So if you have to work at 5, set an alarm for 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Just as a way to check back in, right? Feel free to check out, because you know the alarm's coming at 2. So, okay, cool, I got until 2. Right? Also, finish what you have to finish. One thing that weighs on us is the stress, like, of knowing we had unfinished business. Like, I have to do the dishes. I have to get this done. I have to get that done. You know you have to get all this shit done. And you have to go to work. You have a lot on your plate that's stressing you the fuck out. Get everything off the plate first. That's going to help you a lot. Make your fucking bed, do your dishes, get your homework done. Whatever the fuck you got to do, get that shit done. And when you do, you're less likely to sit there and stress all fucking night. Because if you don't, your brain's going to take the fuck over. But this applies to anybody. If you have something you're not good at, something that holds you back, don't define yourself by it, right? For example, oh, well, I have anxiety. I don't make phone calls. That's it. That's the end of your life. That's it. You no longer are you allowed to do anything else because I have anxiety. I don't make phone calls. That's stupid. That's just crazy. What you can do is trying to find ways that work into what you do. So you can say something like, oh, well, it's hard to make a phone call. I can't do it at this time. I can't do it under these circumstances, but I can try to do it under these circumstances. Right? Find a way that works with something you can't do. Like, I keep losing my keys. Get a fucking key ring. Well, I don't put it on the key ring. So you buy the key ring, doesn't work. I can't put it on the key ring. Okay, what else? Well, I always end up doing this. Okay, what do you always end up doing? Find out who you are as a person. Pay very close attention to who you are and what you do. And then try and work around that. Make a plan that works with who you are. Don't just say, it's who I am, I'm not going to do anything. Or even worse, lie to yourself and say, I'm going to do better tomorrow. No, the fuck you're not. You're still going to be you. You're not just going to totally give up all the things you think all the time. That's not going to happen. So that's kind of the bit of advice, is that if you have something, a problem, right? Like you're just lazy or you don't want to clean up or whatever, find a way to make it better. Like one thing that helped me when I was doing meals, I really am fucking lazy and I don't want to cook. I'm fucking tired of cooking. I can't stand cooking all the time. But I have to eat healthy. I go to Costco and buy like $200 worth of food. Maybe even more. I'm talking like 10 pounds of beef, 10 pounds of shit. I cook all that shit up. And I put it in fucking freezer bags. And I fucking make meals. Throw it in the freezer. And I don't cook anymore ever again. Because the idea that I'm going to come home and cook every night and eat healthy because I'm cooking? No. Not happening. Not happening at all. I know who I am as a person. I'm not going to cook every day. It's not going to happen. Not even once a weekend. I used to do meal preps 5 days a week. Like one Sunday I would cook for 5 days. Even that was too much. I got tired of losing my Sunday. I said, I'm not fucking spending every Sunday cooking. I'm tired of doing that. So I would eat junk food instead. You got to find an option. Find an option that works for you. Does it cost me? Yeah, I have fucking frozen foods and eat the same shit for 2-3 weeks. I get real sick and tired of eating the same shit. So maybe I have to rethink this plan and start cooking different things. But the whole goal anyway, short story long, is that you should find ways to work around who you are as a person. And that'll make your life so much better. Instead of denying that you're a shitty person, or lying about whatever thing you don't do well, or hiding from it, or letting it define you, don't do any of those things. Just admit the truth and find a way to make it better, slowly but surely. That's like the best advice I could have. But what you got? What you got for me? Lay it on me, big dog. Lay it on me. My God, there's there's a hell of a stretch, dude. This coffee is very strong. Very strong. Well, maybe there's a delay. Am I live? Are we still here? Oops. Oh, I think they did say it was a long one, so maybe they're probably still typing. Probably. That makes more sense. And there's a limit. I just bought this thing. It was at Costco again. Whatever I could find. It was just Dunkin' Donuts. It's like a Dunkin' Donuts regular blend. I was drinking V8 energy drinks. They're like V8 with stevia and some green tea and caffeine and fruit juice and vegetables and all. But they just started making me feel bad, I guess. I don't know if it was the stevia or some of the something in there. But, well, I also make, I don't know how many cups you're supposed to use or spoonfuls. I have a single brew. So I brew 1 cup. That's it for tonight. I have a 1 cup brewer. And I put 2 scoops into it. I think it might be, yeah. So it might have been that. But I just noticed I had more mucus. It was just, I was feeling weird. But it's good. I mean, it has green tea. It has vitamins, minerals, all the good shit. Right? I was like, oh, cool. It's good for you. It's energy, blah, blah, blah. But I just started to feel kind of bad. And I said, you know what? Just cut it. Also, me and caffeine, I shouldn't be caffeined out all the time. I try to do caffeine maybe 3 times a week is what I would like. Basic outline. So me and this girl dated for a month. At the beginning of last year, broke up. And then we had an on and off friendship throughout the year, mostly due to her starting stuff and just toxic. Yeah, that can happen. We became friends for sure at the end of the year. And a month into the summer, she told her parents that I made a poem about me and her having... Okay. Obviously a lie. And there's this whole big thing out. And the parents had this whole stay away agreement. Alright, so drama. Unfortunate. You hate to see stuff like that. But there's more. But wait. We'll double the offer. Let's see. Oh, I'm surprised. It's not on the screen. The chat is not on the Twitch screen for some reason. weird. Huh. Is it broken? Am I tripping? Weird. Oh, it's there. It must have just went away so fast. It was such a big message. And then it was gone almost instantly. Maybe I took too long to read it. Maybe that was my fault. Because I like to have some of this stuff on screen so no one feels kind of left out of what I'm reading. And you can read at your own pace. Because I don't always read everything too. Just like I didn't read my cousin's message. I'm so sad. Now he probably hates me. He thinks, wow, this guy ignored me. He's too popular to talk to me. I'm sorry. It was because you were on YouTube and the chat's in a different place. So I'm looking here. It was down there and I didn't. Please forgive me. I'll probably just end up texting him at some point. But hope you guys are doing well, though. Hope you guys are having a good night. Let me check some of my messengers. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Made me distracted. I want to give you some time to text. Got word. She's been disrespecting the agreement and telling other people that she's the victim of all this stuff and went to school to make this official trail. And to make sure that if she tries something, she'd be in the wrong. But I don't know. Because you hate this constant anxiety of having a dodger in the halls and make sure it... Well, don't worry. Spelling is fine. I can read any spelling most of the time because usually I just use context clues because I don't read anyway. Talking about that earlier, my brain goes so fast. Half the time I don't read. And science has done studies on this, that most people read the first two letters and the last two letters and make an assumption about what the word is. Like when I see the word random, I see R, D, M, and the rest is just kind of like a blur. I remember like the pattern basically. So if that was like random, I wouldn't notice the M. I would just say the random. Anyway. But, what do you call it? Well, the biggest thing I think here, so let me make sure I got this straight, right? You guys were basically together, involved, had this issue, kind of friends, kind of not. Eventually, she makes up some shit about you, and I don't care if it's true or not. This is one thing, too. You don't have to feel uncomfortable. You could have made the nastiest, dirtiest poem about clapping those cheeks. Cool. Right? I don't care. Let's say you did or didn't, doesn't matter. It's not to make fun of you. It's to say that even if these things were true, we need to always express the worst case scenario, right? Because worst case scenario is important. That's what most people live in. Most people live in worst case scenario. Also, they're basically too going to believe it anyway. So let's just imagine it's true. And not because you're a bad person, but let's imagine it's true because let's take into account where life is, right? You made the nastiest, dirtiest poem about all them cheeks. And then she said, Mommy, this guy's a douchebag and he made nasty poems about me and he's trying to be mean to me. And I'm making fun of her. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about you. You could be an asshole. She could be an asshole. You're probably both assholes, to be honest. We all are. We're all selfish. So you made this. It gets around. And for whatever reason, she goes to her parents and says, look, he's a monster. He's making smut about me. He's a dirty monster. And then her parents say, yeah, keep this dirty, filthy monster away from my kid, right? You keep them away. I don't want them even talking to each other. Well, there's a few things. Number one, if there is no legally binding document, that shit's out the window. Out already. That shit is out the window. There's no legally binding document. You guys are going to probably interact. You go to the same fucking school. Used to be friends, and this is the big deal too. Some of this, I imagine, is attention. She wants attention. All fucking kids want attention. That's just it. All adults want attention. We all want fucking attention. So for whatever reason, like you said, she wants to have this victim thing, whatever. That's probably part of her personality. She wants this whole thing because everyone loves her, right? Think about it in her brain. She says this thing. How much support does she get? How many people? Oh my God, you poor thing, and that monster, and everybody's hugging and cuddling and grabbing, and oh my God, you're so pats on the back, and you need anything, and this. I imagine every time just fucking overflowing with all the good shit. So now her life is overflowing with all this shit, and she realizes she can get away with it. Let's make it worse. Let's keep doing it, right? That's just the plan. Keep doing it. She's going to keep on doing that shit for the rest of her fucking life. To not you, to everybody. She's going to do that to everyone in her fucking path, because that's what people do. Humankind works that way. We find out how to get attention, and we repeat this process until we get as much as we can. Well, on your side, and this is important, because I don't even care about what she did or whatever. I can kind of paint a bit of a picture without speaking to both of you and understanding the whole situation in more deeply, that is to say. I can't make a true judgment. But what I can make a judgment is about you and what you need to do. This is important. Remember earlier when I said, hey, let's talk about who you are and what you did, and let's assume the worst? This is important. Because what you can do is the most important deal for what's going to make your future better. Because what you can't do, I need you to know this, you cannot stop her from going to school tomorrow and lying and lying and lying about you. That's it. You cannot stop that. You couldn't stop everything else from happening. This is what I mean. Like, because whether you wrote this nasty, filthy-ass poem or didn't, you could not stop whatever the fuck she did. Let's see, what do we got? You're not acknowledging... And that's it, right? As long as you don't acknowledge the gossip, whatever, if nobody puts their hands on you, right? No one puts their hands on you. No one stops you from getting an education. No one stops you from reading your books. No one stops you from writing your book. No one stops you from sitting on Twitch right now hanging out with us. No one stops you from doing your homework, getting your diploma. No one fucking stops you from doing anything that you want, then you're okay. Now, if they have, well, that's a different story. Right, so people put hands on you. When someone puts hands on you, and this is not for me to say, but my personal opinion, is you put hands right back. Put hands on me, motherfucker. You know, fuck around and find out. I'll stomp your neck. But I'm physically in shape. I can do that. Not everyone can do that. Which, hey, go start working out. You can do that too. Anybody can be strong. You should be strong. You have a requirement and a responsibility to your friends, your family, and yourself to protect them and to protect yourself. To be strong. It was a girl. Okay. So the thing about women, especially when they try and attack men because they think they can get away with it, number one, they can. But you need to grab those hands. I don't give a fuck. Someone starts swinging on me, you grab the hands, and you stop. You de-escalate. All right? You ain't gonna fucking sit there and whoop my ass. And that's what you do. And you wait for someone to show up. You wait for, hey, who the fuck's gonna deal with this, you know? And that sucks. You have to handle it like that way. Because I would love, someone does that, listen, I would love nothing more than to give women like that a fucking black eye, bloody nose, stomp their fucking neck, right? And that sounds so violent. I was like, oh my God, he's a monster. He's a sicko. It's not because I'm a monster or a sicko. It's because I think some people, regardless of gender, and sometimes because of their gender, fall into this trap of being a fucked up individual, and they don't respond to anything else but violence. This is why sometimes that douchebag guy who just pushes it and fucking puts hands on people and does whatever is never going to stop until you stomp that motherfucker's ass. And I've seen it. I've watched it happen in real life. You stomp that motherfucker's ass in a parking lot and he's, alright man, we're cool. Now, some people only respond to violence, and women especially, and I live in an area where criminal domestic violence is at an all-time high, and a lot of it starts with the women because they know they can get away with it. I've seen it too many times. They fucking start hitting somebody. Frying pans, doesn't matter. They will take objects and strike men. The men will restrain them and say stop. And then they will, after being stopped, go beat themselves up. They will go turn around and punch themselves in the fucking eye and smash their head on the table and then call the police and say, look what he did to me. And there's nothing you can do about that. I've watched guys go to jail for it. That is injustice. That is so fucking terrible. That is one of the worst levels of injustice I've ever seen. Because then they turn around when everyone is watching and go, I'm just innocent and so sweet and so nice. Anyway, so short story long, there are people like that, and there's nothing you can do about it. The best you can do is restrain when that happens, but that was a one-time event. So, going forward, you now have a plan. If such a case should happen again and some female tries to put hands on you, you restrain them until someone shows up. That's it. You grab their hands and say, look, we're not doing this. Or you just leave. If they try and push your shoulder or try and get physical, you walk away. You walk away and find someone and say, yo, see this? This bitch is fucking crazy. You know, that's it. You walk away, find a public place, bring it to everyone's attention and say, look at this. Everybody take a fucking peek. Just because, you know, some people are not going to do that shit in front of everybody. She has an image to maintain. She's a fucking devious liar, it sounds like. So she has an image to maintain. She's not going to do that publicly. So make sure you keep yourself as public as possible. So staying in public areas, public things, that's going to be beneficial to you. But at the end of the day, I think by and large, that's probably not happening again. Yeah. So, but the thing is, that agreement really don't mean shit. If it's just something that you signed and they signed, and it wasn't, let's say, like the government or like a legally binding, it was just something at school, nobody gives a fuck. What are they going to do? Arrest them, fire them, expel them? Unless you have some consequence that's a guaranteed result and you can prove wrongdoing, it's not going to matter. And I say that not to discourage you, but I say it for you to look in the mirror. You know these things. I think you should know by now. It seems hopeless, right? This isn't going to matter. It's not going to matter. It's not going to do anything. You're right. It's not. Your goal is to do what you can for yourself. So going forward, more than likely, you're in a public place, right? You're at school, public place. That shit's not happening. No one's going to fucking put hands on you like that. And if such a thing should happen in a public place, very visible to everybody, I'm sure you can get witnesses that can support this. Corrective action can be taken. But number two, the more likely the case here, you just stick to yourself. You know where to go. Go to class, do what you gotta do, stick to yourself. And she goes out and spreads the nastiest rumors. Okay, cool. I don't care. Who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Fucking spread them. Because who are you losing? Are you losing your friends? What if I lose my friends? Those aren't your friends, bud. Sorry, not sorry. Do you think anybody who really cares about you as a person is not going to listen to you and what you have to say? Like, truly, anyone who cares about you as a person. No. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're going to listen. Like, anybody who doesn't is going to say, fuck you, you're a weirdo, blah, blah, I believe the rumors. Then go fuck them, leave. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you can do about that. So your goal basically is just to do you. Let this shit get out of your brain. Completely. Let it get out of your brain and stop trying to fight. That's the thing too. If you feel like, and I guarantee you feel this way, I would put money on it. I promise you. You're upset about it. It's bullshit. They shouldn't be able to get away with it. It shouldn't happen. It's not fair. There should be justice. Throw that shit out, dog. I need you to take all those feelings and throw those fuckers in the trash, okay? Because every single minute you spend doing that is a waste of your time. Every single minute you go to school stressed about, oh, well, what about this? And there's rumors. I don't give a fuck. I mean, shit. Because you shouldn't have to. And you know what? This is a friend of yours, right? You guys, not only were you dating, but it was a friend of yours, so you feel connected to them in some way, and it really is regrettable. I think that's the biggest regret, right? Why did it have to be like this? Did you really? I bet you were asking yourself, why the fuck did she do this? What's wrong with her? If she would just not done this, we wouldn't even be here. Why is she putting me in this situation where I have to do this? That sucks, yeah. Nothing you can do about that one. That is unfortunate. That you would, hate having to do all this shit. But it happened. And all you can do now is separate yourself. Because I guarantee you learned a lot. This is one thing, too, I'm going to tell you as well that I know to be true that you may not even understand yet. You learned a lot in this situation. Things you needed to know. That's divine intervention. You may not believe that. But there was a lot of things you had no idea about yourself that you learned in this situation. You learned things about women you never knew were possible. You learn things about yourself and how you're going to act under this pressure that you didn't know were possible. You learn things about the administration, about your parents, about all these things that you did not even know were possible. Never even crossed your fucking brain that people could act like that this is the situation you were in. This is how the justice system works. All these things. You learned a lot. So, that's valuable. Those are very valuable things. And I would say take away the valuable parts that you learned and then move on. Because anything that happened yesterday is not going to happen tomorrow. And if you think that, then that's your fault. I know that sounds weird, but like, you go to school tomorrow, you need to focus on what's happening and what affects you. Right? And this sounds almost impossible, right? But that's all you can do is try. You're not going to get it right the first day, or the second day, or the third day. You're not going to get those right every time, promise. You're going to go to school and you're going to fucking crumble with anxiety or problems, and people are going to be giggling in the same room. They're laughing at me. They're laughing at me. Who gives a fuck? Because, and this is the thing too, you're not, to be able to say, oh, they're not laughing at me. They're not laughing at me. You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to convince yourself in some way. You're not going to be able to turn your brain off and say, they're not laughing at me. No, they might be, they might not. Who cares? This is why I say, let's not think about Fantasyland or whatever. Let's talk about the truth. The truth of the matter is that you're going to have these thoughts. You're going to feel this way. And then you need to put it into the extreme. Put it into the, again, put the worst case scenario. They are laughing at you, then what? You're sitting in class, waiting for class to start, and they're giggling behind you. They're laughing at me. Okay. I want you to tell me what that means in the next 5 minutes. I want you to put you're sitting in class, giggling behind you. They literally are laughing about you, and you heard them call your name. Okay, now tell me in the next 10 minutes when class starts how that stops you from getting an education. Not mentally, really, literally. Not like, well, I feel bad and can't focus. I mean, literally, how does it stop? Does it stop the teacher? Tell me, does it stop class? Does it stop your pen from having ink? Where does it stop you from moving forward? Outside of your own mental. Because if you have a good, idea, we can talk about it. It's not rhetorical. I need you to kind of think this through with me. Where does it stop you from moving forward? Sounds like a stupid question, sure, but we have to think of things in this way. And if you can't think of one, that's okay. You can just say, well, I don't know. Well, there you go. And, well, yeah, you're right. They don't understand these things. She'll get hers years later. These kind of people, they develop these bad habits, and then when time grows and time goes on, she's going to end up with, let's say, a divorced, single mom, whatever. All these bad things will happen to her because she's not emotionally mature to understand what she does or how she acts, and she'll end up in bad relationships. But this is not about bad-mouthing her. I hope she has a better life, and I hope she can learn from this as well, and she's not a piece of shit one day. But the reason I'm glad you said that nothing really is because that's the hard truth. The hard truth you're going to have to understand is there's nothing there that you don't let be there. And this is why I say, if you can think of it in this fashion, that's going to help you out a lot. You're going to be able to say, I'm fucking mad. I don't want them to talk shit about me. I don't want to have rumors about me. I don't want this shit. And then stop trying to pretend and hide, and maybe it's not, maybe it's not, maybe it is. Take it on the chin, dude. They're all talking shit about me every day. All right, cool. Look within. Look at yourself and say, what do I need to do for me? I need to go to class. If you have to, write a list. I don't know what can help you, right? Write a list. What is my day like? I need to go to class. Need to do a test. Need to do a homework. Have a list of everything you need to do. And even if you want to go as far as to write on the other side, things they're stopping me from doing. Because there's going to be things they stop you from doing. Let's make no mistake. Let's say, for example, you got the same lunch block and they sit in this corner. Well, I can't go to that corner now. I don't want to be around there. That's not good for me. It's not healthy for me. I'm going to go eat lunch over here now. That's okay to identify that. That stops me from doing those things, right? I wanted to go to this course, like a special extracurricular activity. Well, she's already signed up. Now I don't get to do that, right? Or if you want to do that, you can have to discuss it. You have to say, okay, cool, we have issues. Go to the whoever, And this is the more valuable way to do this. It's just very difficult. You're going to have to face that head on, right? You're going to have to say, all right, I want this out of life, No one's going to hold me back from it. And you have to say, I'm like, for on a chess club, right? There's a chess club after school and she's there. You're going to have to go and say, listen, I want to be a part of this club, but we have issues. We have this whole thing in writing and we've had all this drama and all this, stupid childish bullshit we have to deal with. How can I move forward? I want to be a part of the group. So does she. What are our options? And you ask the instructor. You ask whoever's in charge. And they say, well, maybe we can, maybe we can't. And put pressure. And make sure you do it respectfully. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you might find that all of a sudden she starts blowing the fuck up. She starts acting crazy. She starts being dramatic, being a problem. And all you did was come correctly through the correct channels and say, listen, I want to move forward in my life. How do I do that, even though we have issues? Now, that's not going to be easy for you. You're going to be so fucking stressed. You're going to be so angsty and miserable and fuck her. And it's going to be bleeding out of you. You're going to have to fight this. If you want to fight back, you're going to have to fight this. And then you're going to have to be professional and talk about these things. If you guys even come into contact, you may not even have fucking social groups. You may not even have extracurriculars. It may not even happen like that. But one thing you should never do is sacrifice everything for her. That's the power you're not going to give somebody else. You look me in my eyes and you tell me, I'm not giving somebody power over my life. No. You don't do that shit. You don't sit there and say, well, I wanted to go to the football game, but now I can't because she's there. No, fuck her. And fuck everybody else. Don't be stupid. Don't go walk and talk to her and be involved. But find a way to be there for yourself. Show up for yourself. And find a way forward. There you go. So you got classes together, and then maybe the teacher moves you, right? I sit over here, you sit over here. No eye contact. We don't even see each other. Boom. I focus. I do this. So you've already got a plan. And see what I mean? You tell people, you make a plan. And then she can no longer take anything from you. We talked a lot about earlier. Remember things people can take from you, right? Mentally, when you let somebody take these things from you, you give them the power over your life. You give her the power to take your happiness, take your joy, take your education. Because you can do that right now. You can roll over and make her fucking destroy your life. Let her, rather, not make her. She's already doing it, trying to. You could cry every night, stop doing your work. You could just fucking let it all go. Right? I can't be in this class. You could just sleep through the whole class because she's there and you could run and hide. You could say, I have trauma. I have trauma, and because I have trauma, I can't function. You could become a victim if you want. You could be the saddest, sorriest piece of shit and hope that someone else gives you attention like she gets. You could. That's an option. And I wouldn't be mad at you for that option. That's a very common option, right? Because everyone has an inner child, and your inner child says, fuck that. That's not fair. I got hurt. She lied, and now she gets attention. What about me? I want attention. I want to feel bad for me. Give me some fucking love. I deserve it, and you do deserve it. It just sucks you're not going to get it right now. Not in this situation, anyway. You can love yourself, though. You can love yourself and say, she'll never take from me. She'll never take my education. She'll never take my fucking thing, Let's see, already gone through it. Well, that's good. This is good to hear. You've already gone through the process and landed on just being there. No, it's important. There you go. There you go. That's it. That is it. That is the perfect example of what the fuck I talk about. You are living philosophically one of my biggest things to tell people. This is what it is. It's not what I want it to be. It's not this fantasy land. It's not fair. It's not this. It's not. Everyone's so caught up in what it's not. Well, let's talk about what it is. Because there's only one life. The life that is. Right? There's no life where you got justice. Sorry. There is no life where you got justice. There is no life where she was carried off. Batman come and save you. And that's such a sad feeling for a lot of people. Like, fuck. But it should be a happy feeling. Because now that you've broken past the fact of what you want and what you think should be and could be and what you all this... What is? Here's what is. Like, what is the fact that, yes, people get away with it. Yes, people are shitty. Yes, this stuff happens. This is going to be life. And you know what else is? Is the fact that you can still move on. You can still get valedictorian. You can fucking bust your ass and get all A's in your classes still. You can go home and play games still. You can write your fucking book still. You can do whatever. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of looking at what is. Because that's always true. In a funny way, what is always true, so you can always find beauty in that. You can always find a fucking gorgeous satisfaction in the fact that you're still intelligent. You're still capable. You have all your, I'm assuming, but you have all your arms and legs, and you can still go for a run. You can still exercise. You still can eat good. You can still go out with your friends and watch movies, assuming you have them. You can fucking hang out in this Twitch chat and spend time with us. You know? You have so fucking much that is. But people would oftentimes rather live with what isn't. There was no justice. I'm going to sit for the next 20 years and complain how there was no justice. Okay. Go live in a fucking hurricane place and talk about how it rains all the time, right? Go live in fucking Canada and talk about how it's never sunny and it snows all the time. Like, look at what you have. Talk about how beautiful your heater is, you know, your big puffy coat. Like, talk about how much you love your coat that keeps you warm. Then talking about how much you wish it was warmer. Like, people spend so much time with what is not. Talk about what is, and you'll be a lot happier. Who said that quote? Let me go check it. I've never actually heard that one. Is it Sisyphus? That was the guy? It's like all Greek shit? He was imagining himself happy? It's a famous final line from Albert Campus in The Myth of Sisyphus. That's all, folks. It sums up the kind of absurd idea that life has no built-in meaning, but we can find freedom and joy by accepting our struggles and living fully anyway. That's it. That's the fucking truth. And that's it. You can't, like, what do you ever hear the Marines and like the military guys and all those guys talk about embrace the suck? You ever heard that phrase? I don't know if that's common. Maybe it's not very common. But that phrase, embrace the suck, dude, isn't that the fucking truth? What are you gonna do? Say you wish it was different? Like, well, it's basically a term they use because if you're in the military and you're in like a fucking shitty country or a place you've never been and you're just dirty and tired and hungry and you haven't slept and your legs hurt and your arms hurt and your eyes hurt and your back hurts and everything fucking sucks and you just want to die, and you look over at your buddy and he's in the same trench as you and his life sucks too, and you just start giggling to each other and you say, yeah, dude, embrace the suck, man. This fucking sucks, doesn't it? And it's like, yeah, it does. And you look like a psychopath because you think, how are you happy about all this suffering? It's all you have in that moment. You have to embrace the suck because it's all you have. It's a very good motto to live by if you exercise. If you want to be in the gym all the time and you want to enjoy exercise in some way and lifting weights, you need to embrace the suck. You have to look at it and say, dude, I fucking hate these weights. How about you? I fucking hate it. Dude, let's lift another one. It sounds like you're crazy. But you have to do it. You have to, and this is the same for everything in life. Like this situation, you have to look and like spend time with your family on the weekends. And I don't know what kind of family you have, because this is also the problem. People's families and friends sometimes are not capable of helping you, because what I imagine I think would be healthy for you is to sit with your family on the weekend, and if they say something like, dude, it's so fucked how that works. But you know what? At least we still have each other, right? Let's go fucking have fun. And for them to be like, yeah, that shit does suck. Fuck them. And then have it roll off your back. Let all the problems in the world, all the injustice of the world, all the evil, shitty people of the world, let it all just roll off your back and say, yeah, that sucks. Let's go do something fun. Maybe your family's not like that or your friends aren't like that. They'll say, no, I feel bad for you. They shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have. Stop. And this is something I want you guys to write this down. I actually do want all of you, if you have notes and you have things you live by and you do want some better help, I do need you to write this down. And I want you to put it on your wall, put it on your fucking calendar, put it somewhere where you always have access to it. If you ever start a sentence with, they shouldn't, they don't need to, I wish it was, I don't see why, I can't understand, I don't think, I wish it, anything along the lines of they couldn't, shouldn't, wouldn't, don't want, maybe not, didn't have to be. You cut all that shit. You ever catch yourself, well, I wish my boss wasn't such an asshole. My boss doesn't have to. My boss doesn't. Stop. You stop all those fucking things. And you turn right around and you say, yeah, my boss acts like this. So what can I do to protect myself? New B-roll. All right. B-roll's back. But yeah, no. You stop right then and there. And you look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm not going to change that. That's how they are. That's how the world is. It's how my job is. It's how the government is. It's how life is. It's how taxes are. This is what it is. This is the status quo. This is existence. This is life as I know it. What do I do to maximize my happiness, my value? How do I make my life better given the circumstance or situation that I'm in? That is your answer. Jesus Christ, the amount, if I had $1 for every fucking person in the world who starts their day with, well, they don't need to, or they shouldn't, or I wish it was, or they're supposed to, no one gives a fuck. People have been doing this since the dawn of time. Well, they're supposed to, well, they shouldn't. Well, the rule says, obviously they're not playing by the rules now, are they? Oh. Like, it sucks. I'm not frustrated with you guys. I'm frustrated in general because that's so common to fall into that fucking trap. That, oh, it shouldn't be like this. Well, motherfucker, it is. You know? Sorry. Well, people shouldn't cheat on each other. Well, they do cheat. And you live in a world full of cheaters. What are you going to do? Protect yourself. That's it. Right? People shouldn't steal. Motherfucker, everybody steals. Not everybody, but a lot of people steal. Well, they shouldn't do that. Well, they're going to. What the fuck are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? Like, people shouldn't be mean to each other. Well, they're going to be mean to each other. So what do you do to maximize your happiness? Like, so it sounds like you're halfway there, though. You got a good head on your shoulders, right? You already have a plan. It just never makes the pain go away. That's the problem. What you probably want, and what everybody wants, is advice to make the pain go away. That just comes with time. You're just going to have to wait. Pay your dues. Keep your head up. Focus on you. Well, not even just a why me. It's a why. It's not even, it's just a why period. Not even a why, because this isn't about why. It's about expectations. It's not about why. It's about expectations. It's about, I don't think people should be this way. And then they are. So you go to work, right? Let's say, imagine you go to work, right? And I imagine you deal with this. I know where you work. I'm not going to dox you. You go to work. And all these lazy motherfucking bitches have not done this. They haven't done what they're supposed to. They haven't got their fucking checks done. They didn't finish the paperwork. This motherfucker's over here waiting on such and such, and I have to come in as soon as I'm here and get it done. Why didn't you do that before your shift was over? That probably frustrates you. You probably think, well, they shouldn't do that. Now, should they? And that's a pain point. See, that's the problem. There's no amen preach. That's the exact opposite of what I'm amening. We need to stop all of that feeling. That shit needs to stop at the door. You go into work and say, oh yeah, they don't do their job. I'm supposed to do it. Right? Or not supposed to. That's, again, you're not supposed to say that. Like, I do it. That's just what it is. You don't sit there and say, well, they need to, they should to, blah, blah, blah. Just, this is what it is. You know, like, for example, those of you who get treated differently, if you get treated differently, right? Let's say this motherfucker shows up late to work every single day, every fucking week, always late. You show up to work late one fucking time and it's the end of the goddamn world. Really? So you're gonna get fucking... They are. Because you're expected to be the greatest person that's ever existed and do all the work and do all the shit because you're better and they're not and they expect them to be a piece of shit and blah, 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 and all that. I need you to just drop it at the door. Understand, at the end of the day, if you're late, they're going to shit talk you. Oh, well. Let it happen. Let it roll up. Woo. Because what action are they taking? This is one thing, too. A lot of you guys get fucking so bent out of shape when no one's taking any action against you. That's the thing that's wild. Yes. Basically, laugh out, dude. Just laugh it out. Go in, do your job. I don't worry about it has to be done. There you go. You just do. You just exist for what is. But one big thing though is, yeah, don't sit there and give any flying fucks unless someone takes action. Because I see a lot of you do this. You talk about, oh well, they said this and they're mad and they said. Okay, cool. Let them say. Let them say. Like, I actually do not give a flying fuck about what they said. Even at my job, someone comes into my job. Oh, they said this, and I heard they were saying that you didn't do this, and the boss is going to say this, and they're going to be mad. Shoo. Go on. Shoo. I don't even fucking acknowledge that. I don't listen at all. And like, you just don't care? I'm like, no, I don't give a flying fuck. So you don't care about your job? Is my job on the line? You came in my face with all this fucking drama, all this bullshit, rumors, problems, all of this. You're not my boss. I'm not being written up. And even if I get written up, who gives a fuck? Actually, am I getting fired? No. Am I going to be here tomorrow? Yeah. Is it the same shit? Yeah. Then shut the fuck up. Until my boss comes to me, sits me down, and we have a discussion about the action that's going to be taken, meaning, oh, we're going to change your schedule. We're going to do this. You're going to be docked pay. Until we have it, and then we can have a discussion. Then I can raise my opinions on how I feel about what's being done or how I feel about whatever, but until then, no. And even if some action does happen, is it really a big deal half the time? Does it really affect anything you fucking do? Like, people come into work and someone starts talking, oh yeah, they did this and they did that. Oh. And now they're just fucking ruined the whole night, when in reality, you're gonna do 99% of the exact same shit you did every fucking other day. Love talking. Gotta go to bed, dude. No, man. Enjoy. Go rest, man. You always gotta have your rest. It's important. Mind, body, spirit. It's all important. You can't just lose your rest for your mind. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. Probably not. I have no plans, but I might. I don't know. You're followed, so you'll just get the notification probably. And I would say once a week, though. I try to do once a week on Fridays, maybe Saturdays, but Fridays is usually the day. Like, on Friday, somewhere around the same time I went live today. But I'm just not, always available on the weekends, basically. And this is something I'm doing part-time, so. But sleep well. Hopefully some of this shit that I've rambled on about has, been able to help. But you already knew it. That's the thing. You already knew all half these things. You already had a good head in your shoulders. Sometimes we just need a bit of a reminder, Yeah, good luck, dude. Go bust some ass. Don't forget your stretches. Don't forget your water. Have some water. But you know the drill. Take care of yourself, physically, mentally. Peace be with you. I don't say that I'm like religiously or whatever, but that's a very important thing. Be peaceful. This is kind of my whole point that I've been rambling on for the past 20 minutes. Find peace within yourself. Fuck the world. It comes from within. It doesn't come from them. It doesn't come from anybody else. But yeah, no, back to the whole thing about, yeah, basically your job. People get so upset. Fuck that, man. You're sitting there bitching about nothing. You're letting all this shit that has nothing to do with your life affect you. So, minimize. I would say that's the advice. Minimize your throughput in your brain. And what does that mean, I guess? Don't let it in this ear to even go out the other unless you really have to. And if it goes in this ear, it better go straight out the other. Because if not, you're just wasting. You're wasting brain power, precious brain power on stress, things that don't matter, things that are never going to happen. Like, and for what? How does it really affect you? And I know this isn't easy for everyone to understand. Some of these things I say don't even make sense to you guys. Like, at all. Like, and not because you're dumb, but because your brain doesn't work the way that I do. This is very clear for me. I have a different ability to perceive. Not because I'm, whatever, better than you or nothing. It's just because I'm different. But I can perceive things oftentimes that people can't. I can immediately hear something and perceive the worth to me. So, someone comes in, right? if I come in and I come to work, as soon as I get to work, someone says, oh, did you hear? There was a fight in the parking lot earlier, and somebody ran over something, or someone pulled a gun, or they ran over the fence, and there's a big hole in the fence, and oh my God. Right? Just nothing. Nothing, dude. That does not even go in this ear to go out the other one. I don't even listen to that. And someone says, well, you don't care? What about your safety? What safety? That shit happened when I wasn't here. Do you think the fence runner-inner is going to come back and run me over? Like, what? Do you think that the guy fist fighting in the parking lot is going to come back for me? Is he some kind of hitman? Like, am I on the list? Like, fuck are you talking about? They're not after me. That has nothing to do with me. You know, or what about this? What about that? Like, I don't fucking know. I don't care. Like, someone comes in, like, let's say I worked restaurants for a while. I don't know, you know, back when I was working restaurants, they say, oh, well, let's say the cooler's broken. So because the cooler's broken, you have to do this and this and this. And I, well, slow the fuck down, dude. Realize, what are we doing? And give it to me in simple terms, not stress terms. What are we doing? Well, you have to go in there to grab these things now. Okay. Shut up. That's it. Everything else is the same. 99% of the job is exactly the same. I just have to make a couple extra steps to go to the fucking temporary cooler. Ooh. But motherfuckers will bitch and they will just let that fucking thing grow and grow and grow until it ruins their whole night. When none of that shit really mattered to begin with. So, that's kind of my goal, I guess, for a lot of people too, is keep your mind empty as possible, dude. I want you to be an airhead, dude. Like, you should have as much empty space up there as possible. You know why? Because that allows you to fill it with other things. Once you have a lot of empty space and it's not filled with stress and bullshit and problems and this and this and this, well, number one, you're able to take on more stress. And what stress could be is exercise. Exercise is stressful, right? Cleaning your house, cleaning things around your car, that's stressful. You know, nobody wants to do that, right? Remembering things. Having to remember birthdays or getting shopping done, that's stressful. Nobody wants to do that. But when you have all this shit in your head, and it's just rah, 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 and then one more thing gets added, meltdown. This is where meltdowns come from. Most people's meltdowns, they say, I'm doing fine, I'm doing fine, I'm doing fine. Then there's traffic on the way to work. What the fuck? For someone who's doing fine, you're awfully fucking losing it because there was traffic. What are you talking about? What's the matter with you? Well, it's because you weren't doing fine. You were at 99% capacity. And when someone added something more, blew up. The goal is to keep your head very empty. And by automating the process, you can automate what you can, put reminders down for what you can't, you know, have a system in place. Create a system for your life that keeps your head empty. Like a to-do list. Keep a fucking to-do list. I don't remember anything. I don't have to remember anything. One thing that helped me with ADHD and like remembering things and the stress of remembering all the time, I just don't remember. I stopped trying to remember. I just write that shit down. Actually, helps tremendously. Because I don't have to remember. Like when I was working as an engineer, I would go into work and I had like 4 projects going on, right? I don't know what any given day where these projects are at. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know where they're at, and but I kept my head very empty, like just empty. Because what I would do is I would work on whatever in the projects. I would write down what I did, where I was at, and what I needed to do next. And then I would leave it. That was it. It's in my to-do list. It's in my notes. I have a list for each project, where it's at, what I'm doing, what's due next, what I have to get done, all that. And the second I clocked out, done. I'd walk in the morning and say, what do I do? What projects am I working on? No, brain dead. You would think I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Like, like I was just an idiot who had never worked a day in his life, or who was just untrained, or I don't care. I kept that shit empty. I had all the information stored somewhere to gain access to it when I needed it. I'm not putting that shit up here. I got better things to do up here. You know? And so do you. Anybody in here, if you guys have kids, or if you guys have a life, a home life, a work life, social life, you have to go, you know, like, man's got a tennis tournament, you know, you got things on the weekends you want to do, you got plans, you want to go to a concert, you have all these things you want to do. You got to get your chores done, you got to get your life done, pay your bills, all this shit, right? I just get rid of it all. I don't... You know, same thing for like bills. All my bills are auto pay. If you don't auto pay your bills and you have ADHD, you have a fucking problem. You have got a problem. That shit better be on auto pay. Because otherwise you'll never remember. Or, correction, you'll remember every single time, every single day for the rest of your life. Did I check? Did I pay that? Did I pay that? Did I pay that? What did I pay? Constant. Because you're so fucking worried. I don't remember shit, dude. I forget I have bills sometimes. I just fucking don't care. People like stressed out about bills. That's one thing. You'd be stressed out about bills. Like, I'm stressed. The bills, the bills, the bills. Fuck that. You're going to pay them, yes or no? Yes or no? You're going to pay them? Yeah. Then shut the fuck up. I'm like, what? Keep that brain empty. Why the fuck are you bitching about something? It's already done. That's what's funny, too. It's not even something that's like a maybe. It's not even like a might maybe do. No, this is happening. It's already happened. You're going to pay the bills every month. You pay your fucking rent and you get evicted. Fucking do it. Put that shit on auto pay and turn around. But a lot of you guys are irresponsible with money. So because you're irresponsible with money, you're always stressed if you don't have enough. That's a problem you have to fix on your own. That's part of your own deficiencies. I can't work through all that with you. I could, but I'm not going to get too far into that just for the base. This is just a baseline conversation. Keep your shit empty, man. Always empty. I don't... Nothing, dude. My brain is every given day. And it's planning ahead, dude. This is part of the ADHD lifestyle that helps, is when you figure out how to help. It helps everybody, but it helps those folks more. My brain completely overloads and overheats if I don't have these things done. So what I do every day is I have a system. You just write shit down. Like, if you need to know what you have to bring to work or whatever, write it down. Every day. There's no stress. Like a vacation, I have a list. I have a complete list for vacation items. Have you guys wrote your vacation list down? Like when you're getting ready to go on vacation, do you know exactly what you're going to bring? Do you have it written down? Probably should. So you're not doing that two nights before or midnight before. What about this? What about that? Should I bring this? Do I need this? Do I need this? And you're fucking overloading because you're not even sure what to do about vacation, what to bring. Write that shit down. Objectively, find the fucking truth of the matter, what you need to bring, what you don't need to bring, and follow the list. That's it. Toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, outfits. However many days outfits, plus 2, in case one of them gets dirty or something. How many pairs of shoes? Indoor shoes, outdoor shoes. Write all that shit down. Have it all planned. So when you're going to get ready, did I have this? Okay, list is done. Go home. Pack it up. We're done. We don't have to do anything else. Brain empty. And then what can you do after your brain is empty? Everything. Whatever you want. You can spend time with your kids, watching TV, playing games, doing a puzzle together, playing a board game, trivia, bingo. You can go for a walk. You can just sit and watch TV. You can do anything you want with your brain is empty. Not because you're running. This is what we do. We oftentimes run from our full brain because it's overloading into these things. These are treasures. Watching TV, going for a walk, playing board games, spending time with your family. Those things are beautiful and they're valuable and you deserve those. Those are treats. Those are treasures you should have. But not because you're running. You deserve those once you've finished everything else. Once you've emptied your mind and the ability to relax. That's why they don't relax you. It's why you can watch TV and feel no rest. Why you can go for a walk and still be stressed. Why you can sit there in the tub or a shower and get out and feel just as miserable as you did before. You get temporary relief and it comes right back. They're not made for temporary relief. These nice activities are not temporary relief. They're not designed for that. They're designed as cake. Right? You eat dinner, eat your vegetables, and you get some fucking cake and you can enjoy it. No stress. Your brain is empty. But that requires a whole lifestyle change. It requires planning all these things. It requires having it ready. So your brain has the chance to be empty. If you don't give it that chance, you'll just be stressed all the time. I don't know. How long have we been going? 2.5? I always want to be here all night. I do. I always want to be here all night, but I always feel like a solid 2 to 3 hours is like where I need to be. It seems to be my good stopping point. It's when I just sort of feel good. How do I say that? I'm getting a little tired. That's part of the feel good, but I'm also relaxed. I'm not as, what's the word? Gung-ho That's probably because I'm getting tired. My effort, my enthusiasm, my let me give you the shit in my brain, let me help you, is running dry. Sort of my well of energy, after expelling it for so long, runs dry sometimes. Because I mean what I'm saying. This isn't just shit that I'm saying casually to you guys. I'm pouring energy into it because I think it's very important that you understand these things. And sometimes it does make me a little tired, which is crazy. And also, did you hear, not hear, but if you guys have ever seen Tony Robbins, he does his 3-day event. Fucking crazy. I'd love to go to one of those in person, I think. I tried to see some videos. He's got those on lockdown. I tried to like sneak some videos and try and watch it for free. I think you have to pay for it. I'm not sure. I couldn't find them on YouTube, but I didn't dig very hard. But he goes for 12 hours straight. I think it's 12 hours almost. I'm sitting down, which also makes it worse. You're sitting down, so you're not as active. I think standing would be better. Also, you guys aren't here in person, and we're not really getting a chance to connect as people the same way. Like me and Jekyll couldn't really have that super deep connection. We had some, but it's different in person, so maybe that's where some of the energy... But anyway, short story long. The energy is what's important. I think it burns a lot of calories. They said he was burning 10,000 calories. In his things, he's fucking sweating... He's energized. He's just burning so many fucking calories. And all he's doing is just talking to people about life. That's wild, isn't it? To think how many fucking calories he burns. Like, let me see this. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because I want to give you guys some of the information. I want to give you guys some of this shit for real. During high-intensity seminar day, Tony Robbins burns about 1,200 to 1,500 calories an hour. He has stated that medical monitors tracked him burning 11,300 calories across a 9-hour period on stage. That's crazy. So, yeah, it's no joke, dude. And I'm not Tony Robbins by any means. He's one of my idols. I would love to be like him, not because I'm like him, because I'm totally different. That's the beauty that I am. I have things like he has. I have things in truth that he understands. I understand the same truth, and I can express it in a different way. I'm going to speak differently than he will. I'm going to be different than he will. I'm not going to come with the same shit. But I do appreciate what he does, and I do want to do something similar that he does. I want to be there for people and make life better and support all this shit. That's my fucking dream. It's what I enjoy. It's what I'm doing now. So, and I say that to say that I could be burning calories, right? Who knows how many fucking calories I'm burning giving you guys this fucking information. But like I said, he's walking. He's walking, he's talking, he's physically moving, he's interacting. So he's doing a lot more physical activity walking around. But he is just standing there talking, you know. So there's something to be said. You know, we already did the example on Magnus Carlsen, right? How he's burning fucking 1,000 calories on chess matches and type shit. So we know mental activity can be draining. And I think sometimes it's why I get drained. I'd like to do it for longer, though, in some ways. I'd like to level up. And I think as time goes on, I will level up. I'm going to get better, and I'm going to do longer streams. And the more people who need my help. I think oftentimes, too, my stream comes in, and people need me for the first 2 hours, right? Like, we were talking to AK, we were talking to Jackal, and we were just kind of talking about things, man, and we just got chit-chatting. You know, Rosa, you came in with a couple things. And I think that chit-chatting turns into something special. But then, as destiny or life would have it, about the same time I get tired is about the same time that things die down. So in some ways, I'm not going to force it. This is also my brain I have to work against, talking about the brain and how it works. My brain right now is trying to tell me that if I ever want to be a good coach and I ever want to be successful and I ever want to make a difference, I have to do more, right? I should be here streaming until 4 a.m., 5 a.m., nonstop, 12-hour streams, right? I should be going nonstop because there's going to be somebody who needs my help that I don't have access to because I turned the stream off. That's true. And that's what oftentimes your brain will do. It'll convince you of something that, while objectively true, is not philosophically true. Because objectively, I do miss out on some people who could use my help, because I'm not there for them at the time in which I could have been, right? However, the philosophical truth is that I don't need to be there right now. I don't need to be 12-hour streams right now. I will be one day. That's the thing. This is part-time. Right now, I'm a part-time coach. I'm not a full-time coach. I don't do this forever. I got a regular job. One day I will be, and I'll be doing 12-hour streams, and it will be required of me. And people will need me, and I will grow, and there will be a non-stop flow of people who need my help. I'm not ready for that. I'll be honest. Let's be fucking totally honest. I'm not ready for a 12-hour stream to help people the entire time and to continuously give the energy out and to be there for them. And I can handle, so far it looks like 2.5 hours, right? Close to 3. I can handle probably 3 hours to be fine. It used to be what? My first session we did was like 2 hours. I also didn't eat breakfast that day. I did eat before I came on the stream, which is important. But, so I'm going to grow as I do this more consistently, and I may even stream tomorrow. Actually, I did consider that. I don't know what I have planned. I think my brother might want to hang out. He did mention something about it, so we'll see what goes on with that. But maybe I'll do it tomorrow, and then consistency will help prepare me, and I'll do 3 hours tomorrow, and then eventually maybe someone's here and they need me, let's say 2 weeks from now. Someone says, hey man, I really need some help about this, and we just get to chit-chatting and talking, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's, you know, a 4-hour stream, 4.5 hours. I'm like, well guys, I'm getting tired. New record, right? This is how it's done. This is, I think, what kills a lot of people, is the unwillingness to sacrifice sort of what you think is your best, right? Because what I think is my best is streaming for 7 hours, right? Why not? I used to stream 7 hours all the time. But I used to play video games and sit back and relax for a lot of that time when I was playing for 7, 8 hours, whatever. And sitting back playing video games doesn't take the same energy as it does to truly be there for someone, to provide, you know, advice and insight and things. So there is a difference. So I'm just kind of paying attention. This is the thing. Pay attention to signs from the world, right? And don't get frustrated because it's not moving fast enough. Because that's the case. I want to, and I'm going to be a full-time coach one day. I'm not there yet. And that's so tough. That is such a tough feeling. To think, like, I deserve it. I need it. I'm supposed to be there. Give it to me now. Right? I don't think any of you guys who are here would disagree that I have the skills and the ability and the energy and the everything it takes to be there for someone, to be a good coach, to help people understand their problems, and to make the world a better place. I think we could all agree that I'm well on my way, but it's not here yet. So any frustrations I have about making it come any sooner is what causes burnout. It's what causes unhappiness. If I feel a little tired today and there's nothing here, see, that's the difference. If someone needed me right now, I'd be here. If someone was here actively and was like, yo, don't go. I need some advice on this. I got you. If there is something left in the tank, let's make no mistake, I'm not on empty. But if you run on empty, you pay the price. And I don't have to burn out just yet. I don't need to be put under such extreme stress. I can work my way up to it. It's like going to the gym, right? Physically, the mind and body, I talk about this, the mind and body are very similar in how you should treat them. You don't go to the gym and run 10 miles. You don't go lift 500 pounds on squats. You go and do bodyweight squats. And then maybe you go and do 100-pound squats. Then eventually you do 120 pounds. This takes weeks. It takes a long time. And you know what happens if you try and force it and go do like 500-pound squats? You fuck your back up. You fuck your knees up. You fuck everything up, and then you're of no use to anybody. You're worthless. And if I sit here all fucking night and pretend to give advice until 7 a.m. and I'm not giving good advice, it'll be bad advice. You know why? Because I'll be tired. People can tell. You can tell the difference. Like, I guarantee, for those of you here now who were here at the beginning, you can smell it. You can just feel the difference. I feel less energized. There's just a thing about it. You know? So if I notice it, I'm sure you guys can notice it. And that's going to cause me to not be able to invest. I can't invest emotionally or mentally so far into some advice or someone's problems if I don't have the capacity to do it because I'm too tired or fatigued. So, you gotta think about it, man. Slow and steady wins the race? Fuck that. I hate that stupid-ass phrase. I do. It's some stupid, cheesy bullshit. You don't always win the race. Also, nobody wins races by going slow. It's a race. It's designed to go fast. It's stupid. That's the dumbest fucking analogy. But you know what makes more sense? Slow and steady builds success. That's a better way to describe it. Because slow and steady does build success. This is why slow and steady habits in your life. Have you guys all seen the make your bed phenomenon? Start making your bed every morning and your fucking life changes. How? Slowly, steadily, you make changes and it makes your fucking life better. There's a whole psychological analysis to be done. I can give you information. If you guys want the information, I can talk you through what that means. Because I know you guys have probably heard it. I know you guys have probably heard the slow and steady, or sorry, the make your bed. You've heard make your bed. And if you make your bed, you'll become a millionaire. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, but we described this 2 weeks ago, my last stream anyway. It was about the idea that you kickstart your brain. That your brain works oftentimes like your body does, where you need to warm up. You have to warm up the brain. You have to get the brain used to hardship. You have to get it used to working hard. You have to get it prepared for life and all the struggles that come with it. And a very simple struggle is just making your bed. That shit sucks. I'm not doing it. Fuck it. I hate doing that. No one wants to do that. Making your bed fucking sucks. Fuck that. Well, go ahead and make it anyway. That's struggle. That's mental struggle first thing in the morning. You woke up in the morning and chose violence. That's what your brain says. Like, first thing in the morning, you chose this bullshit? God, fuck you. You chose fucking hardship first thing in the morning? Yes. And then you get used to it. And that hardship builds mental toughness. And mental toughness builds the ability to succeed and do more things that are more tough. And then eventually it's not tough at all. And then you're a fucking bodybuilder, a mental bodybuilder. And you think, wow, I'm so strong. I have such a strong mind. How did that happen? Making your fucking bed. It's like doing bodyweight squats. If I were to tell you that the first step to being an Olympic athlete is to do bodyweight squats, simple, just whoop, whoop, 5. Doing 5 squats every morning is going to make you an athlete. You would tell me, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense, right? You start doing 5 squats, then you do some more, and then eventually you build your way up. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Nobody seems to understand the making the bed shit. It's the same. But nobody describes it the right way. That's my problem. Nobody describes all these fucking concepts. Like they don't describe the fucking winning the race, the slow and steady wins the race. They don't describe the making the bed. They just say do this shit. And it works. Let's talk about it. Let's understand the why, the deep down. That's where the true shit comes in. That's where like true advice lives, is the understanding. Oh, creamy cocoa? Scrappy cocoa? That shit looks kind of good though. A little mini bottle? Stop. I already had coffee. I don't need no more. 1 caffeine for me, please. Only 1 caffeine a night. But, yeah, so I might hit you guys up later. I'm thinking we're going to wrap up here. I'm still devastated that my cousin hopped in. I never got to respond to him on YouTube. I know he's probably not too mad, but maybe he's a little salty about it. So I'll have to go give him a call after this. But, yeah. I'm glad you guys stopped by. You know, I always love you guys being here. And I'm glad I'm making a difference, you know. This is my slow and steady winning the race, right? Making a difference in life. It's just always one step in front of the other, you know. Rome wasn't built in a day type shit. I hate all these fucking one-liners, dude. I hate them, dude. Fucking cheesy one-liners, man. But anyway, be safe always. Take care of yourself, you know. Try and exercise. I know this shit sucks, but remember, that's your takeaways from today. Keep your mind empty. I want you to empty your mind of all that shit. Write it down, put it somewhere. Gone. I want that shit empty. So you can enjoy all the good things in life and make room for them. If there's no room for them in there, there's no room. And then do a little bit of exercise, you know, do some things like that. Eat a little bit healthier if you can. So, anyway, love you guys. Night, night. And I will see you in the next one.